It will be a very big
And
one.
welcome to the show containing the only world's fan of Parasite Eve and some other people. Hi, it's a
Let's
podcast.
go.
It's June. You know what that means. It's time for the
Happy
inaugural
Pride,
it's time
Happy
bitches!
for the inaugural
Pride.
token queer person on the show because surely there's no other. And also, more importantly than pride, I'm joking. I couldn't be more gay if I tried. I've tried. More important, or just as
Try
important as
harder.
pride, depending on who you are. If you're a straight person, you say more important. If you're a pride person, you say it's equally as important. Because what's more gay than Papa Geoff Keighley's video game Slammer Super Festival Extravaganza 2025 edition? I will be adding adjectives to the title of his thing every year till the day we die if this podcast goes that long. Eventually, it'll just become the podcast itself in June, where I'll just say the name and talk and throw words out of a dictionary for like 2-3 hours and then be like, all right, thanks for listening. Could you
So
imagine?
many adjectives. Yeah, just so many adjectives that it's gonna cover the entire time.
Yeah,
It will be the entire
absolutely.
podcast. Yeah. Yeah.
The best part about this is that like people listening to this are like, that's such a like, okay, very funny. You're not gonna do that, but Vaughn knows better. Vaughn
Oh
knows
yeah,
that's
I
a
know.
distinct, real, possible outcome in the darkest timeline that I exist in.
This is saying that we're not in the darkest timeline yet,
No,
and
no, 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 no,
I
no, 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 no.
don't
I
know about
said
that.
my darkest timeline, not
I'm like,
yours. I'm on my own wavelength, baby. You don't know what I'm doing. I'm so unpredictable. I'm like Konami, except with success. We'll get to
damn.
that later. Don't worry, we'll
Oh
get to
yeah,
that
we'll
later.
get we'll get to
Hey, do you
Konami
remember when
later.
I said I don't trust it, and everybody was like, "But the Silent Hill remake," and I was like, "Oh, just you wait. They'll fuck it up. They'll fuck it up in the long run." Hey, guess what? Oh, they fucked it up. Hey, we're gonna get back to that. That's part of the news. Yeah. It's fucking hot. Is everyone doing okay? Vaughn. I'm assuming just
It's
Texas is on fire.
yeah, it's on fire.
Yeah, bet. Um, Lizzie, how hot is it where you are? It's like 108 here. I hate it.
um, it's I have mixed feelings because the temperature sometimes is like okay, but it's humid as hell because I'm in the southeast. So
It's very humid here. In the Northeast right now, and it's bad. It would be great if I had a proper AC because it would be an icebox. Ironically, like in the short range the AC can do now with the compressor deck, it's still icebox. So laying on my bed is great. Every other inch of the room is hot.
mm,
I also like it got so hot I moved my entire desk setup and I actually ended up liking it more, but I'm closer to like where the AC and shit is now. And it
mhm,
actually like kind of made my room have 2 times this open space, which is nice. I'm not like banging
mhm.
into stuff when I'm like moving my chair around. It's nice, and I have a good exercise space. It's pretty sick, pretty sick. Um, oh my goodness, I think I'm actually like struggling to ramble as much as we normally do because of the ear infection that I'm now in like week 2.5 of fighting off. So I
That's so
guess
valid.
we'll just fucking roll. Also, I did walk into a wall yesterday, so that's still rattling my skull
Jesus.
around. Don't worry about it, Vaughn. Straight people aren't allowed to know about the details. Okay?
All right, you know, fair.
Yeah, fair. It's
I
it's
ain't
queer
asked.
related business. Girl talk, you know.
Queer
Yeah, girl talk.
problems
Yeah.
Queer
require queer
problems.
solutions.
Well, sometimes there are no solutions, and you just embrace chaos and accept finality. I think that was the plot of a Destiny expansion. And with
Probably could
that,
have been honestly.
with that segue, we can go into our months. And why don't we start with our guest, even though she's gonna hit me with the well, I only play 2 games.
Yes.
Lizzie, how's your
That's
month been going? What have you been up to? You know what? If there's
that's
other stuff beyond video games, you can talk about that too.
um I mean not a ton, honestly. I feel like this is gonna be so ridiculous because I feel like I am one of the most boring, predictable people because of my
No,
neurospicy ways.
no
Like
movies or shows.
it's like if I asked one of my closest friends like what I was doing, like within the last week, they could probably tell you about 80% accuracy, even if I hadn't talked to them in like a month, just because my routine is the same. I play the same like 2 or 3 games. And like if I play something different, it doesn't usually last very long. I am so habitual in the things that I do, and like sometimes that's both a blessing and a curse. So thank you,
I feel
Neurospicy Brain.
Yeah, I mean, that's not
I
always a bad thing, honestly.
I feel like it's funny that you say that because you're like I'm so habitual and I'm like isn't everyone you just are to a what seems to be a much like more tight circle. Your Venn diagram is much smaller is the only difference. I think everyone's habitual. Babe, Call of Duty sells every year.
I mean,
Sports
true,
games
but
sell
like
every year. Babe, NFL games haven't changed in 20 years. They're the same game every year. They just run
I need you
worse.
to know that like there were times when I'd be talking to a friend and say something along the lines of like, I'm gonna go get a snack. And they'd be like,
Uh-huh.
are you gonna get honey roasted peanuts? Because that's what my like safe food was in that time. And yes, that's
Okay, I hear
exactly what I
you.
was
I
doing.
hear you. That's just called good taste.
Honey roasted peanuts are good. I
Yeah,
don't like
exactly.
They
that shit's
are,
good.
Cast.
but like
Okay,
most people don't
let's
eat
make
them
something
every day.
let's make something very clear to the audience and the internet at large. If you're not fucking with honey roasted peanuts, get the fuck
Die,
out. Get
die.
the fuck out. Go to hell and die in that order.
Okay, so some lore behind me and reasons why I should have known that I was like neurodivergent to some degree, but I had no way of comparing because the people I was comparing myself to was my family who has the same things. So like my dad is a huge Pepsi fan. I swear he's like
Really?
Pepsi man. If there was a
Pepsi. Your dad
mascot for
is
Pepsi, it
actually
should
Pepsi
be my
man.
dad. Yes, yes, my
Your
dad is
dad
Pepsi
is
man.
actually Pepsi man.
My dad
Fair, fair.
loves Pepsi so much that like it's almost the only thing that he drinks. Like every once in a while he'll
That's
take a break for like maybe a week or something for like Mountain Dew, but like
whew,
Pepsi
he's
has
a
been in
Pepsi
his life
man.
so much that like there is a picture of my dad holding either me or my brother when we were a baby. He's like sitting on a park bench and
Uh
under
huh.
him, under the bench is a 2-liter Pepsi that he took with him out and about to
That's
drink.
that's pretty funny. That's
So
pretty
just
funny.
that's my dad. Just take that
Well,
into
you know,
consideration. I got
look, there.
some kind of dose of a couple things from that man. Love the man to death, but like there's sometimes when I think about things like that and I'm like, why did I have to be cursed slash blessed with these things?
I mean, it's definitely a blessing in the sense that if you find the things that you like, it certainly makes like enjoyment of things maybe a little easier. Like the overwhelmingness of choice isn't going to hit you as much. But at the curse part is you're probably most statistically, you're certainly missing out on foods or games or whatever that you would
Yes.
like, but not
Yes.
indefinitely, right? Like at one point, your two games were not your two games because those
Yeah.
games didn't exist
Yeah.
and you didn't start playing them day
Yeah.
one, right? Like, so
Yeah.
it's not that you're not open to trying things, you just do so at your own pace. There's
It's
that, but
when
like
my
that.
brain allows me to more
Look,
than
there
anything.
is. I think it's the Maori people have like word for like autistic people, and what it literally
Mhm.
translates to is in
Mhm.
his or her own time and space.
Yes.
That's just called queer time. That's all it
Well,
is.
yeah. And I'm glad that we have some things that really like really well encapsulate what that is, and like I'm so glad that people, at least most people I feel like understand that like autism is a spectrum. I definitely feel like I got a low dose of it because
I mean,
of
I think
the things that
I
I
see.
do.
I think it's less of a. I don't really feel like there's a. I guess there probably is like a low to high quote unquote dose of it. I feel like the spectrum is just so vast that it's like no. Some people it's just like this is
It's
it.
hard to
This is
quantify.
what it is. Whereas then
Yeah.
there's me, where I'm like, I'm gonna read this fanfic, this novel, play this game, and watch that YouTube video, and listen to music, and smoke weed and draw, and exercise, all in the span of 1 hour, and I will not enjoy a single thing, and I could tell you every single detail about every single aspect of all of it, as if you were there. Do I have a choice in doing that? No, absolutely fucking not. I'm
That's
over
such
here
a
with the
mood.
Sherlock Holmes curse, where I'm like, I see everything. I don't want to
Oh, I
see
go through
everything.
periods of
I
that kind
see
of thing
everything.
too.
See, no, there's no periods for me. I don't have that problem as a trans girl. Ha 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 ha.
I
Jokes.
like cycle because I'm both
I don't have that
ADHD and
problem either.
autistic. So, like, it's so stupid because I can go from hyperfixating on one thing to like doing 8 things at once, and like I can multitask really well sometimes. But it's like if I start 8 projects, I won't finish any of them. If I like laser focus into one thing, I'm not focused on anything else. And also, just a random thing for neurodivergent people, I'm sure that y'all probably understand this to some degree. Unless you don't have this specific thing, but like some people don't understand waiting mode. Like, do you know what waiting mode is when you like have an appointment or something and you like
Ah,
don't want to be late,
I
so
do
you don't want to have
because
time blindness, so you don't
my
do anything.
younger sibling, when they have work or an
Hmm.
appointment, they are like fully dressed and ready like 6 hours before it, and they just won't do anything but sit there and wait or
Yeah.
sleep. But
That's a
they'll be
bit
fully
extreme even
dressed.
from my
I
perspective, but that's the same
see, and
same
that's
mood.
the only way I know of it, because I am the
Mhm.
dead opposite, in that I
Mhm.
will get up with like 30 minutes, effortlessly get ready in the most automated, like, I don't even think about it. I have no stress about it. I know it takes me exactly 10 minutes to get ready. It doesn't matter, and I'm just never late to anything. I'm always slightly early, but like my prep time is the most non-existent ever, because it's just the simplest of processes to me, and there is no waiting mode. I just, in the last hour before leaving for a thing, I will stop doing stuff and just kind of sit there. But even then, I'm just sitting there like leaning, like listening to music, and then like when I'm like getting ready for work, I'm really not getting ready until the last like 10-20 minutes before we leave, because I see no point doing that. Like, I
Yeah.
have anti-waiting mode in that I couldn't need to wait less. I literally just instinctually, I'll just be like, no, I'm fine. It's one of those things that like my autism excels at. Welcome to the
Yeah.
autism episode, apparently. Vaughn,
It's like fuck pride.
Do you have some autism autism things to tell us? Are you one of the spicy brains? If
Uh, I definitely do have some of the ADHD stuff where it's like, if I have something that I'm gonna do that day,
mhm.
I kind of feel like I need to have everything cleared. Otherwise, it feels like
Mm,
things are not going to go well. Like,
interesting.
it doesn't have to be like, oh, I need to be 6 hours ready for that thing, but it's more like
Yeah, that's an
I
extreme
need
one. I feel bad for
I
them.
need to I need to be like, oh, I'm gonna have like a doctor's appointment that
Mhm.
day. I have to make sure there's nothing else in my schedule. Otherwise, I
Interesting.
feel like it's gonna be just uh weird to get
See,
like
for
too
things
much.
like that, like I am somebody who aggressively goes out of their way to like, if I'm gonna have to do like adulting things, that like even if I do them with a sense of like enjoyment, or like I like, going to the doctor, when I go to see my last like in-person check-in before I do yearly check-ins at Planned Parenthood for like my transitioning, that's important to me, but it is very much so at this point just kind of like an adult task, like paying bills and shit, right? Like, I tend to conglomerate as much of that kind of mundane day to day I live in a society life in a singular day, for the sole purpose of, I don't want any of this shit that I have to do because I am a living human being adult in a living human being adult society to take up more of my free time than it possibly has to. So I will like shove all of it. Doctor's appointment, this, if I can get it all done in one day and I just lose one day out of my 4 days off, perfect. Love that for me. I am very much in the certain things for me are I grab them and just compress them into a little cube of efficiency as much as I can. And
That's
Yeah.
valid. I
correspondingly,
wish I could do that.
I don't really plan my free time out nearly as aggressively. I have a like vague outline of what I want to do or would like to do, but I never do all of it. Like the podcast is happening, but like I won't be streaming today because of that. And yeah, I could have streamed earlier or whatever, but like my free time is kept to a much more go with the flow state. There is certain things that get locked in, like the podcast or streaming. I wasn't doing the podcast today, but like I am literally a much more go with the flow person on my free time, which is why people are like, how do you play so many games? And I'm like, well, I'm not finishing them all.
Hmm.
And the ones that I do finish, it's a much smaller amount than the amount that I put my hands on. And it's also because, like, I get bored. And I don't like being bored. So I
Mhm.
gotta stimulate the senses or something, and I'm just like, that's that like just to immediately derail into super thirst, as is my brand at this point. Good lord, every partner I ever had, I'm gonna be like, no, you gotta like use some nails or teeth or something, because I'm gonna get bored. I hate being bored. You gotta spice it up. Gotta spice it up. Make me feel something. Don't let me get bored. That's what that is when you see Stella play like 7 different games in the span of 20 minutes on Steam. That's me trying to find the thing my brain is looking for, but it's not happening. And unfortunately, unlike Lizzie, my habitualness has a vast broader range that is much harder to like consistently satisfy.
Yeah.
That's why when I
I could
find
do that
something I
with like
like, you see me like
shows.
I'll drop in like Dark Tide grabbed me, and I'll be talking about that later. But like Diablo, there are certain staples, of course, but like even with that, the idea of only playing like Overwatch or DBD like Lizzie does, even as much as I enjoy them, is is like crazy to me because like it would be pretty fun for a time, but the really short term, medium term, and long term outcome for me is that if I just focused too like that, no matter how much I enjoyed them, I would end up hating them.
Me, it is like it's even though I only play those 2 games and people would think I get bored with it so easily, every time I open the games, I'm doing something different. That's why it never gets boring for me because DBD, even though, yes, the premise of the game is the same for every single thing or, every match, it could be a
Mm-hmm.
different killer, it could be a different strategy. Yeah, I'm using mostly the same build, but, like, every time I load into that game, I'm learning. Like, whether I'm failing at a chase, I know what not to do next time if I take a loop the wrong way, if I loop around the wrong side, if I, like, use dramaturgy at the wrong time. Every time I load into that game, even if it's a bad match, I am honing a skill, even if it's just a little bit. And
It's
that's why I
so
never get
like
bored. I want to, like, perfect well, I know that, like, I can't perfect it, but, like, I love honing my skills for that game. When people are like, "Why do you know so much about this game? You've only played for X amount of time." I'm like, "Yeah, but I have, like, 1,500 hours in this game when, like, other people only playing it for 4 hours a week. I'm playing it 4 hours a day."
I feel you. I mean,
That's right.
I've been playing like 8 hour, 16-hour sessions of Liza P on days off, and Dark
Mhm.
Tide, same thing. And I will never stop loving Diablo because it feels good to do things in Diablo. Monster Hunter's
Yeah.
the same. Call of Duty, when it's good, is the same. But even then, like, there is a hard limit to where it's like, no, I can't keep interacting with the same thing
Mhm.
indefinitely, or it'll just start to irritate me because I am a firm believer in that one skill at
Mhm.
anything has a very hard limit, and I think people
Mhm.
don't want to accept that because they love to bandy the phrase practice makes perfect. That is the dumbest thing anyone has ever said. No, it does not.
Mhm.
Practice makes increase in familiarity and skill, to a finite fucking limit, because case in point, it's a strange hypothetical, but the facts are, if all of us went back in time and were hanging out with Tony Hawk and lived like in that zeitgeist and we all skateboarded, the odds of anyone being as good as Tony Hawk, probably less than 1%. That's not saying a bunch of people couldn't get as good or better, because there's like 88 billion people or whatever. You know, there's a lot of fucking human beings.
Right.
1% of that is millions and millions. Yes, a lot of people could be that good. A lot of people isn't close to even everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the facts are that most players in a game, to take the generic like ranking of Overwatch, your average player is gonna be gold their whole life, no matter what they do.
Right.
Because you can study that person who's Diamond Challenger 500. That doesn't mean shit. It's not a fucking Q&A test.
Mm-hmm.
You still have to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, one does not need cancer to know the symptoms. And so, like, I'm not against practicing something and getting good at it, especially if you're enjoying it, by all means. But, like, for me, I enjoy getting better at something to a degree, but there's always that sense of, and I also, like, have an intense, like, anti-love of the ingrained perfectionism in me from like trauma
Yes.
and just society and
Yes.
being the gifted kid in the 90s, early 2000s, and like I fucking hate it, because I don't want to be perfect at anything, because I know that's not achievable.
Exactly. I do.
Everyone's
I
version of
completely agree
perfect
that
is
shouldn't be
different,
something that's preached.
and even if you could all agree on what was perfect at any singular thing, like, okay, what's the perfect way to play Mercy? Yeah,
Right.
even if you could get everyone who's ever played Overwatch or has heard of Overwatch, like, you're talking about every person on the planet has to agree for it to have the ideology of perfect. And then the moment someone does something outside of that box of what we've agreed is perfect and it's good or beats anything, suddenly the definition doesn't work. Like, it's the most pointless goal to chase ever. And it's like one of the reasons I like ranked, but also don't like ranked and stuff. Usually I prefer the structure of it, especially for a game that has a clear structure to me. And I do enjoy seeing if I can improve. Like, I very much enjoyed that I started as a bronze player and climbed up to gold 1 and everything. I could never get past it, though. And I don't think I ever could. Maybe I could creep into, like, whatever the fuck the next one's called. But, like, I clearly was not good enough to get there. And I was gold 1. That's not very high. That's probably like slightly higher than average. Your average is usually gold 2 or 3. Gold 1 isn't much different at that point. That just means you're kind of at the top of the average pile. Big fish, little pond. But you're not good enough to move on. It's like there's a reason the level of people that reach professional in anything is excessively lower than even the like greatest people ever. So for me, it's I guess like, and I feel like games like DBD especially, like it's hard. I think I dislike measuring my skill as much in a multiplayer the more like I process things in therapy and also get older, because I think in a multiplayer setting, measuring my own skill is a poor experiment, because it doesn't matter how good I get at this. Actually, I'm not playing me, I'm playing them and my team. My measurement is never the key to any actual insight in anything. It's like, it doesn't matter how good I get. All it's gonna take is one person throwing on a team, and all the skill in the world doesn't change that. It's a team game. You lose now. Like, yes, once in a blue moon, you can get that win. But the things you have to do to get that win are not enjoyable and fun, and you're not really learning shit to be better at the game, because a proper, like, measure of your skill in the game is when everybody's attempting it, right? So the moment anyone's throwing or trolling or just goofing, even, that's not what the game is. That's a whole different thing now. You're measuring your skill in that scenario, which is not applicable to when people are giving it their best but not being toxic, right? Like, and then there's how do you measure your skill when someone's being toxic? Like, yes, spawn camping can get you probably more wins than not, but it's not how the game's supposed to be played. And it's a fucked up thing to do. So, like, the things I do to attempt to get out of spawn camping is not shit I'm doing when everybody's playing the game right. Because those are bad, reckless things and my hand is being forced, right? Like, there's so many variables in multiplayer that I really dislike measuring myself in that scenario the more I experiment with it, because I'm just like, okay, unless I can actually guarantee that all my teammates and all my opponents will all give it their go, everybody's not going to be a toxic piece of shit, like, just play the fucking game that you queued into, then there's really no ideal way to truly learn in this environment, because the environment is too unstable. Whereas in like Monster Hunter or Dark Tide or Souls games, like co-op or single player, I enjoy pushing myself much more in those, because the
Mm.
only factor is me.
Yeah.
Which is why I can beat Bloodborne in like 7 hours. Because I'm going to parry every fucking thing in this game, because the parry is a gun. Right? Like, that's how I got so good at Greatsword in Monster Hunters, because I was like, oh, this feels good to do, but it's really hard to get the timing down. But I'm not fighting people. I'm fighting this
Yeah.
monster. This
Yeah.
monster, the fights are complex, especially in Master Rank, but they are a finite equation that I can experience in full indefinitely, right? Like, I will see everything it can do. I will fight it in every environment it can exist with every modifier. Yes, there is a lot of those, but at the end of the day, that's never going to change. So all I have to do is run the set, right? Like, it's how we beat Goro in Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, it's really hard, and these in fighting mechanics in this game are ass at the time, but we didn't know that. It's neither here nor there. But the fight doesn't change. It's the same fight, right? Like, it's every Souls fight. That's the beauty of it, is like, yes, this is really difficult, but it's the same every time. All that changes is my approach to it. And because of that, I like that a lot more. It's a lot more satisfying for me as a player to
Yeah.
measure myself. It's probably why I like Souls games so much. Because I'm just like, ooh, yeah, Lady Maria. I'm going to fight this lady like 80,000 times. Just for the pure joy of it. And God,
Yeah.
that fight's good. Ironically, I do like PvP in Souls games. But, like,
Mhm.
that's a very specific thing. And
Yeah.
a large part of it is nonsense, but it's always, I go through the nonsense because every now and then I get that one fight where I'm like, yo, me and this person had like a fucking honorable ass duel, and it went on for
Mhm.
3 hours, and it was super fun, right? But like, yeah, I love measuring myself against like a single player experience a lot more, or a
Yeah.
co-op, than I do in a multiplayer, for sure.
Yeah. That's one thing that's weird about me with DBD is like, and the same thing with Overwatch is like, sometimes I don't know if people are going to be goofing or like take it seriously or whatever. And I do agree and understand that it's like not as consistent. It's definitely more unstable because you don't know what kind of route it's going to take. I kind of like that though, because like I think I'm so structured in my life that sometimes having things unpredictable in games is really good for my neurospicy brain. It makes it light up like a Christmas tree because I'm like thrown a curveball and I gotta adapt, and I like that. But I don't like that in my life. I like it in games, like doing a puzzle or something like that. Very cool. Very entertaining for my brain. If something like that happened IRL, that's nowhere near as fun.
Yeah,
See, for
no,
me,
yeah.
I feel like most of my life has been chaos that I had no control over, so.
Mhm.
And now it's gotten better, but that definitely probably shaped my taste of, no, this will be this thing, or I'm not going to fucking engage with it.
That makes so much sense actually. And it's
I,
just so
I, I,
valid.
I saw, like, the comfort and order of escapism, which is
Yeah.
why I'm like, I like Lord of the Rings. I'm going to read the entirety of Lord of the Rings every month for the rest of my life, which I have. I like the Dresden. I will read all 15 books of the Dresden Files every time a new book is about to come out. Like, I'm going
Mhm.
to watch this Star Wars movie once every month. I like this. I will what this movie will now, like, I'm just going to do that. And it's like, I like that rigidly in order a lot, which is why like you
Mhm.
see such loyalty to franchises from me for like video games, is because I'm like, well, I like the last fucking three,
Mhm.
so I'm going to play this one, and most of the time that pays off.
That's me with Resident Evil.
I mean, yo, Resident Evil is just great, though. All right. Well, somehow we've ended up rambling about spicy brain and autism for 25 minutes. Lizzie, why don't you actually tell us about your month? How's Overwatch? How's DBD?
Damn.
Well, the anniversary event is out, as you know. That's been
Mm-hmm.
interesting. I am very excited to see what they're gonna do next year since this is considered the final
Final
Twisted Masquerade.
Masquerade. Yeah. I'm gonna
Um,
miss it. I love the aesthetics so much.
yeah, I'm like, are they gonna keep doing cosmetics similarly for One Survivor and Wind Killer? Are they gonna like introduce a new aesthetic entirely, or is it gonna
Did you
be
see
like
that sidebar real quick? Did you see that the grimoire has started or is about to?
no, I didn't.
Do you know what that is?
No.
So the grimoire is that thing I mentioned, where it's like I without like interacting with it, I don't know how it works, but it's a thing the community will be interacting with across like a set amount of time. I think it's like every 2 weeks. That
Mhm.
is us as a community helping to create the next killer and survivor somehow.
Oh, very
I
cool.
I have no idea how it worked because I haven't booted anything up today. I've just been
Yeah,
listening to music and reading fanfics.
that's definitely something I'll have to look more into, but I'm very interested to know more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am as well. Even
But
though I would maybe I'll like this killer. They've released like the last 5. I couldn't care less. I'm like, come on, give me something. I'm over here doing RPs like you wouldn't believe. Give me anything. They're just giving me
other than
garbage killers.
the typical roller coaster that both of them can be because it is. I feel like Overwatch, for the most part, has been more enjoyable. I feel bad for the people in Rivals. I haven't touched Rivals much lately. That was one of the other games I was playing,
Mm-hmm.
similarly in the rotation, but ever since uh I played a couple of times and people are like bitching about heals when they can't like see the stats until the end game, and you see like at the very end that you've been like out healing the other team entirely, like as one person, and the one person bitching has like died the most on your team, and you're like, okay, well, heals can't fix you, like your bad aim and you're
I
killing
mean that's
yourself essentially beating, but
that's
okay.
just that's just standard like
That's a
PvP
skill issue
shooter
right there. That's
lobby.
not.
Yeah,
It is.
that is quintessential neckbeard fedora man in his mom's basement at the age of
Yes.
37 who has a job but won't move out like and should, and like the longest weird relationship with a girl who's definitely a closeted lesbian, and like that dude, bottom of the lobby, every match of COD won't shut the fuck
Yes.
up about how it's everyone else's
Yes.
fault. And I mean
It's
bottom of the
always
lobby in the
someone
sense
doing
that
the
he's like
least
negative
complaining the most.
36. It's not that you had a bad match, you were like negative 36. And you're just like, oh,
Yes.
everybody sucks. Maybe if you just healed better, I could kill them. And it's like, bro, you
Yes.
died 20 times.
You're literally feeding. I can't heal that. Just fuck you.
It's like, I can't heal stupid.
Yeah. But it
Yeah,
that is,
there's no
happens
that is,
cure for
it,
that.
all the
There's no
that,
cure
time.
for it yet, maybe, but right now there
that,
is
that
no cure.
is, that
They're
is
just
every soldier 76 who won't use his healing.
Yes. Oh my
That
goodness.
motherfucker, right? And I'm just like, you motherfucker, you have
I
a
forget he
self-sustaining
has his little
ability.
canister of healing.
Dude, and with
It's been so
perks,
long.
there's even one that like makes it better for you and allies, and another one that you sacrifice it to do a little self-damage to yourself, but gain massive damage, amp, and attack speed. And it's like,
Yeah.
all of those are still self-sustained. If I don't see you with some sustain numbers on your stat sheet, you're literally choosing to not use one of your abilities the whole like fuck off. You're an idiot. That's like the Zaryas that don't use a bubble on a teammate when it's a separate ability from
Right.
their own bubble, but also
Yep.
feeds their own passive. So it's
Yep.
like you're literally just hurting yourself first. Like, just put the fucking bubble on someone the moment the cooldown is off. It literally doesn't matter who.
Right.
And they all act like you can't look at their character in the game and see that that's how the bubble works, that it's not the same ability, and because they'll try to play you like that and be like, I used it on me, I'm the tank, and it's like, no, 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 motherfucker, Your bubble is LB. The teammate bubble
Right.
is RB. I can look at the fucking character, dumbass.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fucking try to lie to me? At least put some effort into that, you piece of shit.
Can't
I
even
hate
lie, right?
people.
For the
Bro,
most part, though,
I hate
and
people so much.
Overwatch has been more enjoyable, and I've seen that kind of toxicity on Rivals, and that's why I don't really touch it
Mhm.
because even the people that I follow on socials who were like Overwatch uh everyday players, like the top 500s, your favorites that like went to Rivals when Rivals came out. I have seen them like losing their fucking sanity because the people complaining on their team for the dumbest things or like complaining about things that they themselves could change but they choose not to. Like they have hero bans and comp on there and then they'll, be complaining about one uh person that should be banned or whatever, and then they end up getting not banned, and they're like, "Oh, well, if this person was really OP, like you said they were, and should be banned, but they didn't, why aren't you playing them?" That's just like on Overwatch when people complain
Oh, you died out for a second.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
when
people
people
up
complain. Oh,
Okay, you're back.
what
there.
happened?
You
Okay.
back?
Yeah, it cut off when you said when people complain, and it just hard went silent.
Weird. Like people complaining about counter swapping or anything like that. I'm like, God forbid someone adapt and try to play the game because like
That's
they don't want
that's
to
the fucking
lose.
game, bro.
I hate it. It's so stupid, especially when people are complaining about, oh, such and such character is so easy. Well, play
Also,
them.
also in comp and Overwatch, I'm pretty sure they have hero bands.
Yeah, I think they introduced that, but I'm not 100% because I haven't touched
I
comp
believe
since
it's
the new
there.
season.
I believe it's there. I believe it was there last
I think
season,
you're right. I think you're
which
right.
makes counter swapping even more important.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're playing this and the go-to counter swap is fucking banned, well, I hope you're good at something else that can kind of counter it.
Right. Someone's one trick
Also,
gets
like
banned, you're fucked.
also, counter swapping is also like not a be all end all switch win fight. Like again,
Right.
it's like you still have to have the skill to press the correct buttons fast
Right.
enough.
Yes.
And then on
Yeah.
top of that, you have to have the fucking knowledge on what is the correct order of buttons to press here. The amount of
Exactly.
people who think they can jump me as Zenyatta because I don't have like an escape ability, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't need one. That's why I'm fucking Zenyatta.
Yeah.
I just kick you, hold the charge, and light your fucking skull up. Are you not a tank? You're dead.
Right.
Did I take the kick perk? Of course I did. It does 30% more damage and distance.
Right.
Go
But
away.
like just the way that they're
Also, if you dive me and my positioning's good, all I have to do is kick you and float back around the corner, dipshit. That's why I'm not playing from the front, even when I'm kind of DPSing a lot. That's why I hate when Zenyatas do that. I'm like, that's not how that works. You need to be able to get away when someone dives you because you could just die. But like, people are just dumb.
the way that people complain about things that are within their control to change is like that's like just a huge peeve of mine in general.
Babe,
Like
you're just
people
describing my father. You're just
I just feel like
describing my father.
so many people who do that though, I'm just like, you realize you can change this, the thing that you're bitching about, because
No, no,
like,
no. Let me tell you, as the child of one such unpleasant type of human being to a T, no, 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 no. They do not realize that. In fact, that idea, that conception of a thought, has not entered their brain for a second in their life, and it likely never will.
it's
That man's
depressing.
is like nearly 60 something years old. Fuck that. He ain't gonna grow at this point. That's like expecting your white Republican senator to suddenly be a decent human being.
Oh
Motherfucker's like
no, there's
half
a
in the grave the
difference.
last 20. See, I don't think there is. I don't think those
There's a
people
difference
ever
between someone
change.
who doesn't care to change versus people complaining about change that they could do. Because I do feel like there's a line there between people who just
Well,
like to bitch
see,
because they like
I
to
don't
just hear
even think
themselves.
it's about whether they care or I don't think they've had the idea that the change can come from them at all, because
Mhm.
that requires them to have the previous idea of, is any of this my
Introspection.
fault? Right,
And
the sense of self is zero, right? For you to start to fix any of self, you have to have sense of self and willingness to accept any possible flaws that might be there, whether those flaws are, no, that's trauma speaking and that's not actually who you are, or yes, that's who you are but it's a trauma response, or yes, this is who you are and there is no trauma source, so where did this come from? And if you can't figure it out, at least assess it enough to change it. But again, that requires like sense of self at any fucking level, and I straight
Yeah.
up think like 90% of the human race has zero sense of self. Everyone thinks they are the main character.
Oh, no, I completely agree with that, but I feel like some people will actually care. I do think that number is low, don't get me wrong, but I do think they exist, just like you were
Mm-hmm.
saying how 90% of people are just like don't give a fuck. I completely agree with that. Especially, and this is probably gonna offend some people. I really don't care. As an American, Americans suck. Like very specifically, Americans suck because
Americans as a whole suck,
other
yeah.
countries don't have these problems quite as much like we do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, some of it's universal, but not like it is here.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like the history of America is very egocentric in of
Yes.
itself. But there's also the only like silver lining hope is that there's also a very enduring resilience to the non-typical Americans, basically.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
America, for all its power and like insane levels of influence and like constantly in the zeitgeist on a global scale, almost for nothing all the
Mhm.
time, is a very, very young country. In that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, a lot of European countries are kind of, at least in terms of day to day, seem to be doing better than
Mhm.
us, and their people seem happier. Like just Canada, North of, yeah, they've been doing this for a couple fucking 100 years more than us. I'm sure there were
Right.
eras where they were just as bad, if not worse. In fact, I know for a fact that's true of almost all of them. And some places are worse than us, right?
Yeah,
Like
completely agreed.
but it's very much that America has never really had to like do that hard introspecting on a nationwide level. We might have to after
Mhm.
this next 2 years. We're basically
Oh
living
god.
through an incompetent dictator era right now.
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
we keep
we
an eye
definitely
on
are.
it. We keep an eye on it, but honestly, like, America's weird, fucked up nature is kind of keeping the eviler shit a little more in check than, say, other countries were able to at that time when they went through this. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
Hitler had a way easier time of becoming the guy de facto number one in charge no matter what than Trump has ever had, because the nature of our weird, like, red tape super bureaucracy has actually
Yes.
kept these motherfuckers in check in the weirdest abstract way possible. And then there's
Yes.
also the part that a lot of America's real power comes from the crazy rich people, and we all knew they would turn on each other, and boy, did they. Didn't take long.
Right.
They didn't even get halfway through the term. They're already at each other's throats. I can't wait. We all knew Elon and him were going to become enemies longer than they were going to be friends.
Right.
Can't wait. And it's like, yeah, we're basically halfway over this term already. Like, this dude's final term is basically half over. Like, as of
Right.
next year, it's half over, right? Like, eh, and what's, like, yes, there's some bad shit going on. About the same as last time, and we kind of weathered that in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
like, and I'm not a fan of doomsaying or scrolling because I think that's how you hand people that win truly easier than
Yeah.
anything. And I'm just like, yeah, it's bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but like at the same time, we did this dance before. We did it for 4 years, and you'll notice within the first like 100 days, judges were slamming gavels and being like, "No, you can't do that. He's wrong."
Yeah.
I
Thank
didn't
fuck for
know
that.
as an American citizen that random ass judges at random ass court levels could just read a thing, bang a gavel, and tell the president no, like all the fucking time every Tuesday for lunch. And they're just
Yeah.
like, yeah. And I'm like, really? They could just do that? I didn't know that states and cities and counties could just decide to fuck your federal policy and current administration. We're a sanctuary city. And I'm just like, wait, they could just do that if they vote on it in their little collective?
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah. It's just never come up before because we've never had this antagonistic of an administration.
Right.
Or we've never had this much fight in people as a whole. Like, in a weird way, America will weather the storm because maybe it just kind of happened at the right time where, like, with the ability of the internet and stuff to fact check so quickly and keep everyone informed, that, like, I feel like it's easier for people to resist in this fucked up country than it is in a lot of other countries, even if they are better than us now. That their era of resistance was a lot bloodier and worse. We're
Yeah.
benefiting that we're like there's technology, there is more awareness about mental health, about queerness, than there probably ever has been, even with
Yes.
a ton of it being erased in certain areas of time. Like the internet alone like allows us to just constantly reach out, fact check the resources we have, enable resistance on a macro and micro scale much more rapidly and consistently than any previous era, and it's really kind of worked
Hmm.
out for us. If this shit went down in like pre-digital age, oh, America would have been fucked. We never would have covered.
Yeah.
It would like that shit would have happened earlier. This country was so young that it would have just hard swerved into like a weird feudal empire forever.
Yeah.
So we're not there, and I guess we're talking about video games. Lizzie, have you played anything else? Has there anything else
We
you
sometimes
dabbled
talk
in?
about video games.
We sometimes talk about video games. That's
Yeah.
definitely going on the list. We sometimes talk about. Lizzie, did you happen to dabble off the habits into anything else you'd like to even mention?
I played a little bit of arcade again because that's one of the things
Mm-hmm.
that's, PvE that I like to play when I take a break from Overwatch and or DBD when they are both frustrating because, there are times when even I'm like, okay, fuck that game today.
A hundred
Um,
percent. And you know
and
me,
Arcade Again is
I
free now, which
wish.
is nice.
Oh, is it? That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's a game that like just didn't quite grab me. There's pieces of it I like, but like it just didn't quite
that's
click
fair.
me.
Yeah, that's fair. It's
Wait,
not gonna
which
be
one?
everyone's cup of tea. Arcade Again, it's the game is essentially about like you're put into this world, which, by the way, your first character reminds me of Osmosis Jones. Very cute. A lot of the aesthetics are like that, which I really, really like, actually. I think it's
I'm just
very
gonna I
cartoony
gotta
and
I gotta
cute.
stop you right there. I gotta stop you right there. First of all, Vaughn, do you know who Osmosis Jones is?
You would think I would not know Osmosis Jones. Really?
You're
Come
younger
on.
than me. There's a chance.
I know Osmosis
Okay,
Jones.
okay. So I'm just gonna go on assumption, which I think is a safe assumption to make in the year of our lesbian goddess 2025. Um, most of our listeners probably have no fucking idea who Osmosis Jones is. And so, why don't you put this podcast on pause? And I want you to pull up your little smartphone there, children and young adults and old people. There's probably like a couple old people that listen to this for some fucking reason.
I need a
Uh,
refresher.
and I need you to Google Osmosis Jones. Because, like, whatever you're trying to envision, you're not there. You can't possibly conceive of what this is and what it was like and why it existed. Like, whew, things back then, cartoons and shit from back then, y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. It was so. The 90s was a crazy time.
90s was crazy.
I have to go get more coffee, but tell him about Arcade Again while I do that.
Will do. So, I really love Arcade Again because it's one of those games that I can like smoke and chill to my brain out to because it doesn't require a lot of brain power. Uh you're put into this world where you have to like work for your uncle and he's like developing a video game and you're basically like going into this game and killing the like your enemies or like the exploits of the game. And you even have to do like challenges for certain gangs, which is really cool. And there's like so many cosmetics to unlock. It's like a very beautiful, colorful game, has like a really awesome soundtrack. Like I love the soundtrack so much that like I bought it to just play when I go shower or something, or like I'm cleaning around the house. Like it slaps so hard. It is so good for what it is. And now that it's free, which it only used to be like $10, but I have bought this game for myself. And well, actually, no, I think I got it free, but I bought this game for other people. I've paid for this game multiple times for other people because I love it that much. But considering that it's free now and it's under the Epic Games umbrella, I'm like, why not give it a try? If it's not your cup of tea, it is what it is because it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But I think it's a beautiful game and deserves like a little bit of just like respect and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
admiration for what it is. And I feel like I don't know. I just love it because I've played it for years now and I've seen a lot of the changes that they've done when it, became an epic game because it didn't used to be. And like just the things that they've added, like there used to be I mean, there's always been a cap on the level that you can max your weapon out for like the rarity or whatever, because the more you use a gun, the more you level it up. And it used to be maxed out at like orange legendary, but they added like three extra tiers, which is really cool. Um, and
More
they've done
grind.
some like quality of life improvements of things that like we would complain about before, not knowing if they were going to continuously update it, but they've changed a lot of those complaints that we had before, which is really, really nice. It's I don't know, there's just so much to it. Like I love that game so much. I feel like it is a hidden gem. And if you are listening and you are a gamer, I think it's on everything if I'm not mistaken. It's free. Epic Game. Play Arcade again. It is so good.
Okay. That's I normally don't use the Epic Game stuff, but I mean,
Mhm.
I will at least still like give like a video look at it to just see kind of what it is about. But honestly, it
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
I love it because the colors and the music, it's one of those things, like I said, that I can really like tune out to. So if I'm having a bad day or even a bad week with both Overwatch and DBD because either all the matches suck or the people suck, I just put it on that and like do my little quests. Even though like I'm maxed out in XP and everything, you get tickets that you can spend in the arcade for like cosmetics, and I like that. So it's like you always have something to do even if you can't get XP as a maxed out player like me, there's still something to do. And
Mm-hmm.
also
Mhm.
just the way that they've updated things, they've, added secret areas to maps that you might not have seen before. Also, the chests in there make a sound, kind of reminds me of like Fortnite a little bit, and you have like different rarities to the chests. But I really, really like those because it's like Crow Brain Go Burr type game for me.
Yeah. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love
I
it.
mean, I totally get that. That is my love of Diablo to a T
Yeah,
and COD
yeah,
Zombies and Gears
yeah.
Horde mode, where I'm just like, that again, those co op single player experiences are where I appreciate the like rigidness of that. And
Hmm.
again, the multiplayer being affected by other people is why I'm like, it's fun when people engage with the game correctly.
Hmm.
And like
Hmm.
there's leeway in that, of course. But like there's also very fine things where I'm like any of this on this list is not correct. And I hate it. And I want nothing to do with it at all times. I want to play the fucking game. I don't
Yeah.
want infinite goofs forever. And I don't want like toxicity trolling and super sweat lords forever. I want people to engage and attempt to play the thing and have a good time.
Right.
And when you get
Yeah.
that, it's great. But because I can't control that human factor, it's never where I've gone to be like the habitual games. It's why my
Hmm.
multiplayer stuff tends to fade in and out more aggressively than anything else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where it's like, Stella, are you just gonna play like Ghost of Tsushima again? Yes. Stella, are you just gonna play the Hades game, like all the Supergiant games again? Yes. Are you just gonna play God? Yes.
Yes.
Are you just gonna play Resident Evil again on the same difficulty? Yes. Are you
Such
just
a
gonna
mood
play
though.
like it's like Stella? How many times can you hunt Gold Rathalos? A lot.
other reasons I should have known earlier
forevers.
that I was autistic is how I like would repeatedly play some games over and over and over. Like
I mean, I also grew up in an
I
Oh
age where they
yeah.
only had like 12 games, so like
well
the
yeah, but
not
even if you
repeating
have
games wasn't a choice back in the day. Like we're spoiled for
but
choice
if
now.
you have a handful of games, usually most people will play through those handful of games. I would have like a dozen games and play two of them, like even at that time.
Oh, let
Like
Yeah,
me be
no,
clear.
yeah.
Like
That
I
was
I would play all the games I had because we didn't have a
mhm,
lot back then. But the ones I
mhm.
kept going back to were the same handful because those were the good ones.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, like what was it?
Yo,
I think
I'll play Pokemon Sapphire right now on my PC. That shit's goated as fuck.
I
I
would
still love Grand Theft Auto
play
San Andreas.
what's called Resident Evil 4, the original one, on
Oh
the
yeah.
Wii
Oh
constantly,
yeah.
and
Oh
then I
yeah.
think I would make it a habit of playing. Funny enough, The Godfather was ported to the Wii as well, since that was
I'm gonna
the
be honest.
only
Like
GTA that I had access to at the time. So it would just be kind of those two, but it
GTA
was
has
essentially
never been a thing I enjoyed.
those two games that I played constantly. And I would almost make it a habit that even after college, when I had more access to like a PS3 and like a
Hmm.
PC and stuff like that, like it would be games that I would go back to, um, like just to play like every once a year or something
Hmm.
like that. Like
Yeah, I get
just
you.
something of
Yeah.
that nature. Yeah. Um, I think even Fallout 3. I've played that game so many
Oh
times.
god, yeah, the Fallout's the
Um,
Outer Scrolls, dude. I don't even want to talk about how many times I've played New Vegas.
God,
New
New
Vegas
Vegas
is
is.
so good. It's so good. Ah, we gotta stop. This will just become 6 hours of how good New Vegas is. It's really
But
good.
yeah, there's so many things like that that like nostalgia factor alone. I'm like, oh, this was a
Mm-hmm.
hyperfixation game in the past. It could easily be a hyperfixation game
Fishing.
again. And
Yeah.
there's like it's like a handful of them that I still to this day would play. Like I was just talking with someone not that long ago. They were asking me about like my favorite games, and I was like, I hope you're ready for like a fucking novel because I could yap about this
Oh my
all
god,
day,
yeah,
all night, like
absolutely.
all week.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
know what
my
I
dog
played the fuck
agrees
out
with
of?
that.
Know what I played the fuck out of way back in the day? I think it was like PS2 game, maybe early PS3. Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Yes, Gauntlet Dark
Dude,
Legacy. Let's
dude,
fucking go.
me and my siblings played that religiously to the point where we, like, without, no internet, no guide, no anything, we figured out how to unlock every single fucking class in that game to the point where we even unlocked, like, Merlin himself with his super stats. Like, we were
All right,
obsessed with Gauntlet Dark
all right,
Legacy, dude.
all right. But I gotta ask, what class would you pick? What was your class? I gotta know.
I mean, I'm definitely Magic Bitch.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Fair.
If I'm not Magic Bitch, I'm Archer Bitch.
I was Jester. I played the fucking
Oh, you
Jester.
were a jester? Oh, us.
I was a Jester.
That's a life choice I can't live. I
Uh,
can't follow you down this dark road.
I just love the batter up, batter up, batter up.
No, my favorite will always be, and this is how you can tell we were like fucking kids when we played this. The part that me and my older sibling remember the most out of Gauntlet Dark Legacy is a singular voice line that plays. Need food badly.
Oh, need
Bro,
food badly.
bro, player one needs food badly.
Food badly.
Tasty. It was just like, bro, what is this? I'll
God,
never forget the day we discovered that you could, like, shoot the food and turn it rotten. And so it became a game where
yeah.
sometimes we would see who would, like, chicken out. And, like, we made a whole, like, side game of, like, trying to corrupt the food right before somebody grabbed it.
Or hitting the potions and then making them activate.
Yeah,
Because you
yep,
just
yep.
said, oh
God,
god,
that game was good as fuck, dude. I would play
that game
Gauntlet.
was so fun.
I would play that Gauntlet Dark Legacy right the fuck now. That game
I
was
would too.
great.
I would too. It was one of the
That
best
game
ones,
was
and
great.
I especially just love the announcer, the narrator.
Oh yeah,
You
oh
are
yeah.
now entering the
The,
like
you are
the
now entering the Forgotten Crypt. this fucking generic ass like wannabe Terry Pratchett naming convention. The Foggy Bog. It's like, get the fuck out of here. What do you? Like, of course it's a foggy bog. It's a fucking bog. Like the names of the levels were like the Wet Beach. It's like, shut the fuck up. Yo, remember when you fight Satan at the end?
Yeah, you just fight fucking Satan, yeah.
It's just Satan, and he's like the most generic, like, cover of a Metallica album looking Satan design ever. Just like buff as hell, super Chad Satan over here.
The fun thing about the missions was always trying to find the
secrets.
The secret weapons that we used
Dude,
for
they
the
were
bosses.
So good, yeah. Dude, that game was great. That game was really good. I that game will live in my head in a very specific part of Stella's brain where it's like that's the kind of love for something that like could lead me to meet my future wife, where I'm just like, excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but is that a Gauntlet Dark Legacy tattoo? And she'll be like, it is, you know, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and then I'm just going to sit down and we'll get married. That's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, lesbians. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you two meet? I saw they had a Gauntlet Dark Legacy tattoo.
And it was just from there, you know.
It was love as soon as we locked our classes in. Lesbians. Yeah, that's how it works. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. We have a lesbian married on the show right now. We could ask. Is that how it works?
It's funny that you asked that because Dara and I, before we met and when we first started talking, we did connect a lot over music and games, and one of our biggest connections was over The Legend of Zelda. And I have a little Triforce tattoo, and on one of our first dates, like during the first week when I would go over and like see her at her apartment that she was in at the time, she had an ocarina that she like played for me, and I swear, like at that time, I was like, I want to marry this girl. She's like so cute, so sweet, so
that's so cute.
All these things.
So cute.
See, there we go. We just got confirmation essentially.
Look, see, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know.
So
what I'm
results
doing.
may vary, but it's definitely in the cards.
Oh, it's in that deck, and I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times I gotta shuffle it. At some point, I'm just gonna stop shuffling and cheating and just pulling every card up until I find it. Give a fuck. The universe owes me, okay? I am owed.
Oh, that is absolutely true. Absolutely.
We were robbed of the incredibly absolute local lesbian menace I could have been in a rural small town city. Oh my god, I would have made everyone's parents upset. Bro, I would have just been flirting with every girl. I would have been such a slut in high school. Except for women. I would have broken men's hearts on the daily. Stolen their girlfriends.
See, that's something I feel like I would struggle with because as a neurospicy person, unless like someone is being super obvious about their interest, like I think everyone's just nice.
Yeah,
and there were probably
like,
many times when I was just being nice, and people thought I was flirting when I was actually being nice.
Babe, if this is how I am now at this age of hormones, if it had gone the correct way where I transitioned early so that the hormones would have hit even quicker like this, like...
Yeah.
There's like 17 girls from high school that come to mind that I'm like, oh, I could have gotten them to shove me into a locker in a sexual way. 100%. I'm like, that one's a little vicarious. I could have gotten you to like sink your teeth into my neck. I would have gotten sent to the principal's office all the time and be like, okay, Stella, you need to stop coming in with the marks on your neck. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I as a freshman, I was friends with a lot of senior girls. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I did their homework. So I made money back then. I was good at it. And they thought I was nice.
Just so nice.
Just so nice. Just not like other boys. Just skip ahead 20-something years. Literally
it's all adding up.
my first day of high school back when my mom asked me how it was, the words immediately out of my mouth were it was fine, I guess. Everyone knew I was insert siblings dead name at that time, like younger sister is what I said, without have ever having the thought that maybe I should be a girl. I had the thoughts of I want to be pretty like a girl, but hadn't had the thought. The connect didn't happen for like another 20
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just yeah.
It's the 90s. We didn't have all that information. I didn't grow
Yeah.
up in like a city metropolis like New York, so like it wasn't like any of that shit was really talked about back then.
Yeah.
And where I lived was just not conducive for it. So, oh well, we're here now. The unfortunate part is with no AC, I am sweating to death because my ass is too fat and my thighs are too big, and it's too hot in here. It's too hot in here.
Ain't that the truth?
Also, boob sweat sucks. Like this
Oh my
pisses
god,
me off.
yes.
I want to like
I love that we
kill
were just talking about this the other day, and I was like, that's a universal problem.
boob, and I have like small girl boobs. I'm never probably gonna have huge ones. I hope they get a little bigger. They fucking better. But like, boob sweat makes me want to hurt cis men.
I don't need to have boob sweat to feel that.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely have like an ever increasing, if not hatred at all times, an intense boiling dislike of men.
That's fair.
Vaughn suddenly, I'm in danger.
Danger.
Just take like the picture that is his Discord icon and like slap it on that Ralph meme.
Yes.
That Ralph meme
Yes.
on the
I'm
back
in
of the bus.
danger. Yeah,
I'm in
let's
danger.
see.
I might go do that right now, actually, while we're chatting, just for
Oh my god.
funsies.
Please do. So
I
we're
love
you know
making memes.
we're an hour in. Vaughn, do you have like a big month of stuff you played or a short month? Like, do you have a lot to
I
talk about that you played?
would say somewhat considerable, I guess.
Hmm.
I would have to just let me just go look. You
It's
know
hard to
what?
ballpark because we never know how much
Yeah,
like one topic will take up. I mean, do you want to go first then, and then I'll go, and then
sure.
we'll pivot into
I'll
news?
go.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I'll go first. So, let's see things that I've played this month, or yeah, this month. The I actually started a little bit of Resonance of Fate again, like starting out a fresh playthrough because
What?
um
Remind me, what the fuck is Resonance of Fate?
God, it's such a weird concept. It's like dollar store Final Fantasy in a way, but with
Oh,
gun
okay.
instead. Um, and
I know
so
what you
because
mean.
it's literally like the whole aspect is that everyone lives in a tower, like a ginormous tower that has multiple floors.
You're just
And
describing the movie High Rise with Tom Hiddleston. It's very good.
there you go. And the thing is that in the top levels is where all the rich people live.
Yeah, you're
Um,
just describing the movie
yeah,
High Rise with Tom
and
Hiddleston.
yeah, and the thing is that people believe that God is a giant mechanical thing that I guess can predict the future, or at least has knowledge of things that they don't know. Um,
Okay.
and so like your players are essentially a merc dude. I don't know what they do before. I'm pretty sure that's relevant to the story. A kid that got rehabilitated because they also went through like a mental breakdown, and then a
Uh-huh.
girl that almost committed suicide during a
Okay.
festival and completely, I guess, forgot some amnesia stuff. It's weird. Like I'm telling you, it's so
Bro,
fucking weird. But
I'm trying to follow
these
you down this rabbit hole
rabbit
and
hole, and
closed it
it's
off
just
to me immediately.
I I'm trying to tell you, this all happens in the very beginning of the game. This is like all chapter 1 essentially. So like this isn't spoilers in the sense of like, oh god, I've revealed so much. No, this all happens at the beginning of the game. And all you are is that you're basically three people that are acting as mercs really. And you just kind of do random missions and jobs, and as the game progresses through, like you kind of know more about the backstory of these characters and like what is going on with the tower and like this so-called like god being as well. But the gameplay of it, what it's about mostly is that you use weapons, specifically either a handgun, a machine gun, or grenades. And so the way it works is that um is it the meme?
Yeah.
The meme? Oh, there it is. Yeah, yep.
Oh my god, it's so perfect. It's exactly like I imagined.
There you go.
I love the perfect circle icon.
Maybe nature. Um.
Oh my god.
So, so
Go
the
ahead.
gameplay is really weird. Yeah, but the gameplay is really weird because the whole thing is that you you shoot guns, but like the pistols do direct damage while a machine gun does scratch damage. So the best way I can explain this is that you use the machine gun to basically fill an enemy's health bar blue, and then when you shoot it with either like the regular pistol or a grenade, you basically do all that entire damage. That's kind of like the way that this game is meant to work. But you can just sit where you are, like stand and just shoot, and just kind of wait for like the little circle to fill up so you can shoot. Or you use an action to like run from one place to another, and as long as your character keeps running, the bar that is supposed to fill up to shoot will keep filling up, and you can constantly keep shooting enemies as you're running from one place to the other. So it's it's a very almost cinematic feel to the game when it comes to the gameplay, but it is really hard to kind of like adjust and learn at the start, and it definitely does have a high skilling ceiling at some point, because you're kind of sort of allow yourself a little bit of mistakes at the beginning of the chapter, but not that much. By like I'm pretty sure by like chapter 4 or 5, um it will start punishing you really hard um for either like not saving certain items or doing moves incorrectly and stuff like that. So a bit of a punishing game, but I remember having just a lot of fun with that game. So I'm going back through a fresh playthrough because I never got to finish it because I played it on the PS3, and then
Mhm.
it eventually had uh, a re-release on the PS4 and on Steam. That's supposed to be like
Huh.
the 4K edition and stuff like that. So
Got you.
I'm going
Yeah.
back and
It
playing through that.
definitely sounds like a game that I would not be interested in. Like, as you're
Yeah, no,
describing
no,
it, I'm just like, what the fuck is this jank thing he's painting a picture of?
I I will just put in what's it called on the chat, just gameplay, so that way you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, but it's weird.
It sounds
But
very
the
weird.
this is also in Japanese, I guess. But
Oh yeah, you
yeah, that's
have shown me this before. Yeah, this looked
yeah,
weird when you showed it to me last time. I was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah. So okay, so let's see. That was that. I've been playing through Dishonored 2 again, trying to go through Emily's route.
Yo, hell
Um,
yeah. And you've never done the DLC of Dishonored 2, right?
no, I have not. I have not.
Did you do the DLC of Dishonored 1?
Yes, I did. That
Okay,
one I
good.
did do.
So, the DLC of Dishonored 2, Death of the Outsider, I think is like the peak of the entire fucking franchise.
I have
Like,
heard that
it's
it's just
so good. Dude, I love Dishonored so good, dude. Dishonored it was I want more
yeah, no,
Dishonored.
Dishonored's really fun.
I just want
I've
more, like, even if the game was not a stealth game, well, and you could choose to play it that way, but, like, I want
yes.
more of that world, even if it doesn't come in the form of a Dishonored 3. That was one of those games where, like, anytime I got even a sliver of, like, a paragraph about a land we weren't going to, ever. I'm just like, bro, what is going on in this place? Like, I am obsessed with that game's world.
You know, it had
I
some
should go
incredible
back and
like lore
do
and world
a
building, but
Dishonored run at some point. I fucking love Dishonored. Dishonored's so good, dude. Shout out to
damn,
Emily when she turns into a shadow monster and crawls on the floor and kills people with her shadow hands. I'm like definitely into it.
that's all. Yeah, that's all.
God, I'd be okay with it. I could make it work.
Yeah,
That shadow monster
I'm
could hug me with 4 arms. What if it held my chin with her 4 shadow arms and told me I was a good girl? Ugh.
and then it just started sucking the soul through
I'm
your
fine with
mouth. Yeah,
that. I can make it work.
just make it work. Just
She'll
need to
kill
some.
them and I'll hide the bodies. It'll be like a date night.
Yeah, what date?
Stella, you can't fix her. Fix what?
There's nothing
Covered
to
in
fix.
soil and blood.
I'm not trying to fix anything.
All I'm trying to fix is a hot
I'm
meal and a warm bed.
I'm trying to enable this. So what are you talking about?
Oh, I'm not trying. I am enabling. I am succeeding. Okay? If there's anything I'm good at, it's being deliriously homosexual and increasingly thirsty. I've got a lifetime of it to make up for it.
uh, Jam, what is? Oh, I played Outer Worlds again. Like, I actually decided to go
Nice.
through again and just see. Since I have the Spacers edition as well, so I decided to play through that. Apparently, the skill cap for that increased to level 99. I don't know how someone's gonna get to that like level. That's just it's so hard to get to
I
that skill
I
cap.
have never gotten through Outer Worlds like a full run of its campaign and never touched any of the DLC even though I really liked the game.
It's good.
Um
It's good.
I'm sure it is. I would like to give it another go at some point. We'll see if I get around to it.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of people kind of like fell off Outer Worlds probably around halfway because there's definitely like a lot of things going on in the halfway section that kind of feel a bit weird and I just kind of a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. You're I know even though it's part like of the main story, it just kind of just feels more left field than anything. Um, it's almost sort of like the think of it like the Brotherhood of Steel and the what's called the Enclave just being a faction you deal with on a world and well they're somewhat relevant to the story you mostly can just relegate it off to like some random thing that you have to deal with just to kind of keep progressing through the story while those two factions tend to be like actually important players in like the world of Fallout. Here they're just more like things you have to deal with as obstacles sort of deal. Um so I can see where people kind of felt off foot by that. But I know at least the two DLCs that you play, like those are extremely good DLCs because one of them literally is a murder mystery you have to deal with, and then one of them is basically like an abandoned uh what was it called? An abandoned company town, but all of them went psycho on drugs, and you kind of have to figure out what the hell is going on as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
like both
definitely
those
like
DLCs.
I would like to get to it at some point. Whether I like get to it in terms of fitting it in the schedule, but also genuinely like wanting to do it at that moment before Outer Worlds 2. No idea. I'm expecting probably not, and then I definitely like I'm a fan of Obsidian. I like to support their work when I can. So I'll probably be picking up Outer Worlds 2, and Obsidian is definitely a studio that like tends to like ah sequel was almost they're one of those weird ones where their sequel was almost always better than the first, which is usually not like the case I feel in a lot of franchises. So like Outer
Mm-hmm.
Worlds 2 will probably be across the board a easier to jump into and more enjoyable experience. But
Yeah,
it's definitely like I did like what I played. It's just there's always something else that's pulling me in more.
yeah. And I will say, I
I
think
enjoyed the
from
fuck out
what
of Avowed. I will say that. I loved Avowed. Avowed was incredible to me. I really liked Avowed.
I'm seeing from the Outer Worlds, at least 2 wise, it's definitely not going to be like a direct sequel at all from the looks of
No,
it.
it's just like the
Um,
same universe.
yeah, sort of deal.
Other than
So
that, like
it'll,
other than that, it might as well not be the same thing at all. Apparently,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of like because it lets you like. I'm a big fan of just the concept of kind of like anthologies as the focus of a franchise because I feel like it's not really overdone at all. Like it's rarely usually a franchise's direct sequels, or even if it's a sequel like Second Son, it is, you know, granted like 20 years later, but it is still very much the next like book in the saga, which I don't
Mhm.
mind if it's done well, but like one of the reasons like I love that Ghost of Tsushima as a franchise is like, well, no, we're not going to do like a direct sequel because that doesn't really make any sense and is stifling creatively. And the fact that, like, yes, here is the next Ghost game. It's 600 fucking years later or whatever. It has nothing to do with the first game, which means it gets to be its entirely own thing while paying homage and also using the formula that was such a success for the first game. Like, I love that. I think that's a really cool way to do a video game franchise.
It's kind of how the
So,
Fallout has been doing theirs because essentially, while they take a place in different areas of the United States,
mm-hmm.
they're not direct sequels to either of them, but the events of those things have essentially happened. Um,
Yeah,
but
I
like
feel like
they're like other
Fallout's.
stuff, but they're like
Yeah,
other just regions, like other things that have what's it called um
gotcha, Lizzie. All good.
oh okay, oh, no worries, Lizzie. Um, it's just kind of like hearsay that you hear about, like
Yeah.
um, and in some cases you will see um characters from
Mm-hmm.
a previous installment appear in the sequel, but just more as a reference to the game itself rather than like being like, oh, this is the direct storyline happening. Like, no, it's like I think the best one I can think of is in Fallout 4. McCready is a character you can actually talk to and even I believe hire as a companion. I believe. And McCready in Fallout 3 was the kid from Little Lamplight that was the mayor. Um, so like
Oh
he got kicked
yeah.
out. Yeah, so he got kicked out, and then instead of staying within the DC wasteland, he went up to Boston. And that's kind of where you get to meet him. Like that's where his story progressed to. But that's it. Like it's not like there's a
Yeah.
direct
No.
sequel from
Yeah.
3 to 4. It's
Yeah.
just kind of like each is their own story, but things
But
that
there's
happen
some bleed
from a
over from
yeah,
events and
exactly,
characters, which
exactly.
I wouldn't. It's funny. Like I've never really thought of the Fallouts as like an anthology. I think it's because they have fucking numbers on them, and that kind of breaks
Yes.
that concept for me. So like I'm like, yes, it is really more of an anthology, except you named it like a fucking direct sequel. So in my mind, it's forever a direct sequel. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm going from, okay, it's Ghost of Tsushima. The next game is Ghost of Yotei. Right? Like, we didn't break away from the number naming convention for so long that even things that definitely, looking back on them, you're like, that's more anthology style storytelling, doesn't feel that way because you named them Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas if it
Yeah.
was like, where New Vegas is the one that feels like it's the anthology piece more than anything, because it literally couldn't feel less disconnected and just gently set in the world, but over here.
Yeah, it's like if they took all the numbers away and then just called them by their location. So
Like
it's like
Fallout
Fallout
Boston
DC.
or
Yeah,
Fallout.
Fallout
Yeah,
Boston.
exactly. 100%. It would like have absolutely locked me into, oh, it's an anthology told storytelling. I think that's cool.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Lizzie, are you still with us, darling?
I'm just listening.
Okay.
I appreciate
Let's
it.
Alright.
see.
What
What
else you
else?
got for me? What else have you been playing?
Uh, Hunt new stuff came out. Uh, Grounded. I'm trying to get back with some friends because the Grounded 2 is coming out.
Yeah,
We
my
won't
friend
pick it
Elise
up.
hit me up to like play Grounded with her. I picked it up because it was on sale for super cheap on PlayStation. We haven't gotten to play yet.
Yeah, no, it's a really fun game, but like, yeah, it's we're trying to finish it up so that way we can be ready for Grounded 2.
I'm
Well, we won't pick it
surprised
up
that's
at
getting a sequel.
release. It's I will say I'm surprised, even though I haven't finished the story. So maybe there was like set up for a sequel.
I don't
I
know.
have no idea,
I've never
but
played it before.
the it's good. I like for what it is. It's like a survival game, but like your kids that were like miniature, like Honey I
Well,
Shrunk
yeah,
the
Honey, I
Kids.
Shrunk the
Yeah,
Kids. Yeah.
yeah. It's fun. It's definitely very fun. Um, but like I said, we're not gonna get it grounded to at the start because we want to wait for
Mm-hmm.
it to do a 1.0 release because a lot
Yeah,
of stuff
yeah.
changes and then usually the story doesn't get fully out until 1.0. So we want to wait till
Yeah,
then.
you know, it takes a
Um,
while. You gotta let them come to it in their own time.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we'll wait it and see. But we are
Every
definitely
time
hoping to get.
somebody says comes out, I'm just making a coming out joke now. It's like I don't even think about it. I'm like, did you say the word out? Sure, got you. Here you go. And they're like,
There you go.
no, Stella, that's not what we were talking about. Well, it is now.
It is now.
Brain auto completes.
I gotta make it. I gotta make it. I gotta make it. I gotta make it my whole identity. That's what Fox News keeps telling me.
Yeah.
And everybody knows Fox News is just right.
And then
The dead silence after that was staggering.
I'm trying to keep my train of thought.
Oh my god.
What's it called? Oh, fuck. Damn it. Grounded. Yeah, Grounded. Moving on. Liza P. I finished the DLC. I just finished it
So
recently.
I am in chapter 9, I believe, in base game. I'm at the part where like, hey, this city's kind of gone to hell.
Yes. Okay. You're there.
And that brings me to something is I wanted to ask, am I able to like know, like I don't want to be locked into a new game plus a la Bloodborne, right? Like, so if I need to do the DLC, I hate doing DLC on New Game Plus for the first time. I, in fact, almost never do New Game Plus runs because it's just not my thing. I want to play the game as it is in its base form, and if I want to do a different build, I will just start over.
Okay.
So, like, basically I'm asking is, do I need to go do the DLC before I do, like, final boss of whatever that manifests as in Lies of P's base game? Is it like Bloodborne, where, okay, don't go through that gate, go do the DLC?
Yes, it is one of those where you have to do the DLC.
Am I going to know when that's coming up?
Yes, you should know when it's coming up because you will be given an item and then they'll be kind of like directing you towards like this is the DLC stuff, so to speak. So that way you're not like it's not like Dark Souls 1 where it's like you wanted to go to the DLC thing and you had to like figure it out how to get to it. No, here they try to be a little bit more open of how you get to the DLC. Because I had New Game Plus, and it was gonna take to Chapter 9, but then they did a patch.
Yeah, I saw they patched it so
where
you
it
could
was
get
like,
there earlier.
yeah, you can get there earlier, like Chapter 5 instead.
Well, wait a minute, really? So I should have the
Yeah.
item already?
No. If you're New Game Plus, if you're
only
New
if you're
game,
New Game Plus.
yeah.
Interesting.
If you're New Game, then you're gonna do it normally. But if you're New Game Plus, like you don't want to wait till Chapter 9 because you already completed the game. So we'll give it to you a little bit earlier, like 5.
Okay, because I like basically like I just got to that part where like there's fucking shit coming out of the ground and there's monsters everywhere and it's terrible. I just hit the God, what was she called? Like the illusion whatever lady at the top of one of these towers. I don't remember.
Oh yes. Yeah. The stabby girl.
I hit that. I hit that and have not beaten her, and that is currently like what seems to be my progress ball.
Oh, okay, yeah. That one's a really annoying fight too.
Bro, she's so fucking annoying. I was like unwilling to keep going. I didn't want to lose my shit, so I literally just rolled away and went down the ladder.
Yeah. No.
I was just like, "Fuck you, bitch."
She is one of the most annoying fights, so I completely
That
understand.
room is so small, and I'm really struggling in that fight. I'll get it eventually, but goddamn, she's a pain in the ass.
Hmm.
I'm gonna refrain from the joke I was just thinking of to follow that up. I'm gonna aggressively refrain.
Just wait. Yeah, but you're not that far off from accessing the DLC.
Okay,
Because
cool.
once you get through her and then you do like a few more things, like very few, you will be given the item so you can access the DLC.
How
And
close am
just
I to the end of the base game then, after beating her?
you're essentially basically on chapter 9. I think there's 13 chapters, maybe 14
There's
chapters.
13. What?
Yeah, there's
Bro,
there's
where else could I fucking go? What
you will
else
you
could possibly
do
happen?
do not worry. You will know. You will eventually know where you
Jesus
get.
Christ. Jesus Christ, dude.
Uh,
Alright. I'll talk more about my Liza P experience when it's my turn, but fucking Christ, this
yeah,
game
it's
needs to chill out.
but definitely Liza P. DLC wise, it definitely feels like the Bloodborne DLC of like the old hunters, where like you
No,
get
that's
in there
great. That's great.
and that
You
and
mean
that
the best
and
Souls DLC ever made? Yeah.
it just I'm more saying like the difficulty spikes real hard. It's just like,
I'm
oh,
gonna be
okay,
honest, I
this is
didn't
one.
find the DLC like overly hard. Like Orphan at Cost was the only like insane fight in that game to me.
And just like the Orphan of Koth, the last boss is going to be an insane fight. I
I
will
mean, that's
promise
also
you.
just every Souls game ever, though.
God, I
The
wish I
last
could say
boss in
more of
every
the.
single one is a doozy.
Oh yeah, no, this one.
I mean, the
Mm-mm,
last boss of
mm-mm.
the last Dark Souls 3 DLC is literally just Orphan of Cost, but Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
In fact,
I
I
will.
think I've seen an Orphan of Cost in at least 3 other non-From Software games, so I'm like, that's just Orphan of Cost. I mean, I'm pretty. The Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree final DLC is just Orphan of Cost with too many visual effects, and then they toned it down. They can't seem to come up with anything new beyond Orphan of Cost, which is just a guy that screams and jumps a lot, really. It's really difficult to pin him down, but, like, you'll get it eventually. But, like,
You get
I don't know, I'm
it.
kind of getting bored of fighting reskinned Orphan of Cost.
No, don't worry. This one will be less Orphan of Koth and more something else. And you will definitely figure out what that something else is. Like it'll be obvious. Um,
Okay.
but
It's okay.
but I
Without spoiling, just give me a yes or no. Is there an equivalent hot lady fight a la Lady Maria of the Astro Quark Tower?
The real questions.
And is it the sickest fight in the game, as it should be? And by sickest,
fuck.
I mean the hottest. And can I like set aside our differences and make out?
First question. The first answer to the question, yes. Second
Oh,
question, no.
I think you're underestimating how good of a bottom I can be. I
No, no,
can
no. So like,
definitely convince her to top me. Don't worry about
there,
it.
there,
I'll
there-
figure it
The
there's
out.
premeditated thirst is so real.
what I'm saying is that there is
Babe,
a
help.
there is a female boss in that game that definitely does.
There's a lot of female bosses, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. That is very much like very cool. Like she's cool, but like as tough
Oh
as
my
like
god.
the Marie boss fight, Lady Marie, like not that hard, but
Lady Maria
it's
is
still
such
kind
a
of
good
cool.
fight.
Yeah, it's hard to. But here's the thing. Damn, I don't really want to spoil this.
Okay, well, hang on.
But
Lady Maria isn't a hard fight. It's just the best fight. The fight
okay,
isn't difficult. It's just the fucking best. It has the best music. She has the coolest moveset out of any of the bosses. And she's the absolute most badass boss in that entire game, base and DLC. I didn't say the
uh,
hardest. I said the
I'm going to give you.
coolest.
I'm going to give you this little crumb. This little
Uh-huh.
crumb because I do not want to spoil this because it is
No, please
the
don't. That's
best.
why I was like yes or no and no more
No,
details
but
than
yeah,
that.
okay. I have to say, once you get to the DLC, like I know for a fact you're gonna love. You're going to love
boy.
this one section of the game.
Is it just a bunch of hot girls with knives threatening me? Because then yeah.
It's so much more than that, and I cannot
It's
say
so
any
much
further.
more than that. I'm excited.
I cannot say anything else because
I'm so excited. I grabbed my own thigh.
like I wish I could say something, but then that would be spoiling, and that's so I cannot. So, but all I have to say is that it is so good. When I got to this section, I was like, "This is made for Stella.
Oh
This is the
boy!
Stella.
Oh,
This is the
this is
Stella
the
section."
Stella section. I'm so excited to play this DLC now. That's a bold take for you to make. Our tastes are very not aligned, but our tastes are known to each other. So I'm. Don't tell me when it is, and we'll
No, I
just have
won't
to
say
see
anything.
if at
Yeah.
some point I start spamming you with screenshots like from the Stella section. Oh, I'm super excited now.
I will definitely know when it's the Stella section, and I can promise you, it is
Oh
so good.
boy, I'm
It
so
is
excited now.
so good. When I like that entire section, I was
All
like,
right, just
God,
yes or no me this. Is that
okay,
section the section that leads to the lady boss fight?
no, not at all.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Is she before that? Yes or no?
No,
Oh, but I got to get through the Stella section to get to that
yes,
lady?
no. You
Hmm.
have to get through the lady to get to the Stella section.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Please, boss mommy, and then she'll let me in the house. Yeah.
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 Uh,
That's just called a happy wife, happy life.
can I just say one thing? One thing.
Sure. I say a lot of things, most of them thirsty based, but yeah, go ahead.
One thing. Virgil.
Ooh, is the
That's it.
Virgil.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Virgil.
Hmm. They need to make like Devil May Cry, but I play as a girl. All right, what else did you play before I just inquire more about the thirsty section that apparently awaits me?
Section. Uh, like new stuff wise, I got to play the new Siege X thing that they've revamped, which is like the new mode that they've added to Rainbow Six.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hard to
explain to me
explain.
what the fuck Siege X is, please.
Okay, so all they really did was that they just decided to add a new mode, which was a 6v6 mode that was essentially capture the point. And it's a kind of a big map because it is really like quite a lot to walk around, especially when you're a Siege character that like moves like molasses.
Yeah.
But essentially, there's 6 buildings, three
Mm-hmm.
on each side, 3 for each team. And essentially, what happens is that you can pick an attack or a defense operator, and you can go on the attack or stay on the defense as that operator. Um, and you're trying to capture 3 bases in total. You capture 1 building, you wait for the team to then kind of set up for the second building, try to take the second building, and then finally the third building. But during the match, you have an assignment that you can do, which basically progresses your either capture point or even sometimes outright just captures the point for you if you do this assignment. Which is right now, I think the only assignment available is grab the
Mm-hmm.
hostage and then take them out. Like was it? Extract them. There we go. And then extract them out of the place. That's it. That's kind of like the only side mission that there is. Um, it's a very interesting mode because it definitely plays a little bit more faster paced than Siege would. Um, and I think what they did, at least what it feels like, is they made like the guns not do as much damage as before. So like it almost feels like you can tank more bullets for this specific mode, because if you play normal ones, it almost feels basically the same as before, where it's like a few bullets to the chest and then you're down or dead. But here, like, you can tank a little bit more. I've been having fun with the mode, especially with friends. Um, it's definitely a much more different pace than like regular Siege. So I kind of am welcoming the mode, at least for its newness. Whether or not it keeps the appeal, will definitely be decided on whether they do more maps, like just not those same buildings, either for events or just adding newer maps in general, adding more operators, or at least changing the roster of operators that you can use during that specific play mode, and probably also just like that assignment that you get during the middle of the match, making it a different thing, whether it's like maybe defusing a bomb or taking care of a point or something else other than grab a hostage and then extract, like just something completely different. um we'll see, because if it just stays like this, then I would say like it maybe has maybe like a few months or so before it just becomes something that very few people play, because it's kind of the same thing over and over again. um and at least like in the regular siege mode, like you have the bomb or take care of the point, and there's just a different rotation of maps constantly, and it's not just the same map. Well, we'll see how it goes, but that's pretty much just kind of the revamp of Siege X, which is that mode. And the fact that now it's just like you can play Siege for free technically now, or you can buy the beginner edition or the ultimate edition, and that's kind of how they've decided to keep it at that. So the free edition, um, doesn't you don't get any operators. Like there's like these little challenges you can do to unlock an operator, but that's it. Well, I think the beginner mode gives you some of the more starting operators from Siege that like were from basically year one, and then Ultimate basically giving you every single operator, um, starting from like current version. So year, what is it, 5? I think at this point, or more, maybe year something. I don't forget. Year 9. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how they've been kind of trying to rebrand Siege in that sense.
Got you. Okay,
Um,
yeah, because I saw like it was broadcasted everywhere, and I, for the life of me, no matter how much I tried to like research it, could not figure out what the fuck Siege X was.
yeah, no, that's kind of it. It's just the new mode that they added, just different payments of how to get into Siege, and just kind of a little bit of a revamp of like onboarding and other like training stuff and things like that. Like just they were just trying to do like a sort of a makeup to it, and just kind of call it something else, I guess, just to kind of be like, hey, this is something new that we've been doing with Siege, but that
Mm-hmm.
newness might be like at the start, it is a welcome change, but whether it's going to be something that people want to still invest in that section, or just regular Siege, will highly depend on how much other developers invest in that new 6v6 mode. But
Got you.
that's kind of, yeah, but that's pretty much kind of it on that. Um, and the one thing I just played literally today, because my friends just gave it to me, is a game called Peak. Have you heard of that one?
Peak. I've heard of it. I don't really know anything about it, but I've heard the name.
Yes. So, for those that do know or may not know, Peak essentially is a game where you play with up to 4 people, but there's a mod that allows you to play up to 20 people, uh, if you want. Um, but you're kind of like Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. I don't know. You're scouts essentially, and you're trying to climb up the peak of like some summit. And the thing is that every time you climb that peak, a different peak appears, um, and you have to then start climbing that up. Eventually, I think there's like 5 areas that you have to climb before like you finally finish like the map, like you finish the game essentially. But the way that this game is kind of works is that you only have a limited amount of inventory spaces. You can carry a backpack, but that backpack carries weight, and that weight hampers your stamina because you have a stamina bar, and that is
Okay.
affected by a myriad of things. Hunger is one. If you hurt yourself, like you fell from a great height or stuff like that, like that that health is now taken from your stamina. Eating certain foods can poison you. Other stuff can not only get your hunger back, but also give you like a little secondary energy bar that you can essentially use that bar as like extra stamina for in case of emergencies. Um, but it's a really fun game because the whole point of it is that you're using the in-voice mic in the game,
Got you.
and the proximity chat, like the voice chat that they've done, works really well for how they've done it, especially because you are climbing mountains and rocks or even ice and stuff like that. And so like the way it all sounds really, it was really well done, so you kind of can figure out where your friends are and kind of like how things kind of echo in if you're like in a cave or things like that. So it's really well done, um, and it is fun. Like I will say, for it's I think only like $7 at the moment. Maybe it's a little bit less because it's the Steam. No, it's $7.99. I think it was like 5 when it came out. Um, but it is a fun little game to play with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it is very humorous when you're helping out your friends, and then you're as you're climbing up, you just hear one of your friends just start screaming, and their voice just starts like going lower and lower because they're falling from the a great height. So you're just seeing them down, and you just hear like their voice just drown out before like they come back as a ghost. Which you can then, if you make it to the peak that you're going for, you can revive them. So it's like not all, it's not they're just gone for good. Like there is at least a way to bring them back, so that way they can keep playing. Say, um,
Got you.
but
It,
it is a little fun game.
it is definitely one of those games that like pops into the zeitgeist aggressively through like streamer
Yes,
shit and is aggressively very
exactly.
much like I don't care about this. Which
I
seems to be
I
like a lot of games for me is like but like I don't know, it's just like there's very specific like genres of things that like end up like I know repo is like pretty big in the streamer thing right now and I just couldn't even give two fucks less. Like
yeah
I
no
very
yeah
much am just not like remotely stimulated in a positive way by like 99% it feels like of like what is the streamer bait games
yes
regardless of like the type of streamer, you know what I mean, where it's like no, this is going to do every streamer group is going to be playing this, some more than others, but like everybody's fucking playing it, and I'm just like
yes.
I couldn't care less. Like Fall Guys was that like oh, what was that thing when you go in the place and there's like monsters and you got to get the stuff and bring it out?
Oh, Lethal Company. Lethal
Yeah,
Company.
yeah, like couldn't care less, right? Like there are so many games that just are that streamer food game, and I'm just like, not only is it the last thing I want to play ever, it's the last thing I want to watch someone play, and it's the last thing I would want to play with people, and the last thing I would want to stream under any circumstances. Like it is just very clear I am not the like majority type like gamer person in that like my interest couldn't be less if I tried. Like it's starting at zero and aggressively plummeting to negatives.
Yeah. No. I completely get you. This was a game that I was definitely not interested in. I don't think I was ever going to purchase it, but a friend gave it to me, so I'm like, why not? I'll try it out.
Got you,
Like you
yeah,
gifted it to
yeah.
me, so I'll try it out. And like, yeah, I did have fun with it, but it is definitely one of those, like you said, like it never would have gone into my radar if it wasn't for the fact that
Yeah,
like a
I
friend
think that's
gave
how
it to me.
Arcade Again was. If I believe correctly, Lizzie gifted me that. and I tried it, and I tried a couple times by myself, and it just like, I would sit there and just like play like a level and just be like, it's good, but like it's just I can feel myself disengaging with this subconsciously.
Mhm. Yeah. Like I don't think I'll play Peak like super often, even by
Mm-hmm.
myself, or try to do long. Like if friends are like, "Hey, you want to play Peak?" I'll be like, "Yeah, maybe, sure. I'll play it. Why not?" But it won't be something I actively seek to play. But for what the game was, I definitely see the appeal and why it's definitely fun, because there are moments where like it's it's hard to recreate organically, but there's
Mm-hmm.
just it's just there are moments that can be so funny and just a delight that it's just you having a good time, and that's kind of what you're trying to get out of that game, just having a fun time.
Got you.
But that's yeah, but that's pretty
Is that
much kind of it that I played. Just those games, honestly.
alrighty? Before we get to mine and then afterwards the news, let's take a quick break. I'll pause us here because I need to bathroom, stretch, and coffee.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
Alright, so we'll be back. Alrighty, we're back for the after a little intermission break here, in which my thirst has only grown. And now it's my turn to talk about what I've been doing. So here goes that. Oh boy. Um, so I've been playing a lot of Dark Tide because I got into Dark Tide. I grabbed it on like the Skull sale for like $10. Um, Absolutely love it. I've already maxed out one class. I've nearly maxed out the other, and I've started the DLC class already. Arbitus, so fun, so very fun. I love this game. It's giving every bit of brain feedness that like brain feedness.
Those are your words.
It's giving every bit of brain feedness that Vermintide 2 gave.
I don't know what to tell you, girl. You said those words.
That just punched me in the funny bone.
Brain feedness. Well, it's giving good
Brain
brain
feedness.
feedness. Jesus
I
Christ.
like to usually say things like brain go
Je-
burr, but that's a new one.
Jesus Christ. Ugh.
That's gonna be a title one, right? That
Oh,
has
it
to be a
already's been added to the list. We'll go over the list at the end
perfect.
as usual. Brain feedness, all one word. It's giving
Brain
brain
feedness.
feedness.
It's giving brain
Oh
feedness.
my fucking god, I hate me.
The heat, the heat, really getting to you still.
Yeah.
It's just
Ooh, it's
getting
too
to
hot in here. It's
The
too
heat,
hot in
the
here.
thirst. It's too
you.
much.
It's too
It's a
much.
little too much. It can only be solved by the thirst being quenched, clearly.
Yep.
Am I talking about the heat wave or how homosexual I am about girls that might threaten me sometime? Anyway, the brain feedness it's giving is very good. I love Darktide. I'm having so much fun just playing missions over and over and over. I love like the intensity of it. Like when it's just hordes are coming at you. I love the difficulty curve. I really enjoyed the difference in the classes that I've played, which are all the three that have interested me. I started out as a zealot. That's my first one that I maxed out, and my zealot is like specced into like fucking Star Wars lightning everywhere and doing cool ass shit and like buffing my team and providing crowd control. My second class was a psyker, which is like a mind witch, which took me a long time to figure out because you can like blow your own brains out as the psyker if you dip too much
Yes.
into the power. But I
Yeah.
solved that by, instead of getting good at managing that, I said, fuck that. What if I just pick this passive perk where I don't blow up, I just still take the corruption, though? So instead of accidentally downing myself, I just, like, rah, grab my head and I'm a little more corrupted. But there's ways to undo that, but also I spec'd into, from each amount of corruption I have, I'm doing more damage across the board in every way. So I'm corrupting myself on purpose. Embrace the void. Dig deep into the warp and smite the Emperor's enemies. There is no sacrifice. There is only duty. I love how edgelord Warhammer is. Like, I love how unabashedly, absolutely over the top at all times the glass filleth over for the Emperor.
Mhm.
Like, it couldn't be less subtle. It's so in love with itself, and I love it. Like, it's just so unabashedly what it is. I love just, like, spamming the for the Emperor. Like, I don't know shit about Warhammer, but this game's great. Um, with the new update that came out, they reworked, like, the story is more streamlined and more paced out better to, like, introduce the characters deeper and the mechanics and different, like, variables and missions and enemies at a better paced rate to let you get used to them. You no longer can just choose your difficulty. You now have to, like, beat a certain amount of missions at a difficulty and then you unlock the new one. Now, when you fail a mission, it actually decays a bit, but you can never be, like, demoted to a previous difficulty only. So if you've made it to the second tier difficulty, you will always be able to access that in the first now, even if you keep failing all these missions. But to get to stuff now, it's like, no. You need to show that you are competent enough to not, like, fail. Um, Carrying is very hard in this game. It's almost impossible, I'd argue, because like short of like a max level character at the first difficulty and maybe the second, you're not carrying a dead weight team who's like just fucking around and not respecting what the game is. And once you're getting into the middle difficulty and then the end game difficulties, of which there are two, and then there's Auric stuff, and then Mortis Trials and whatever, like, you really can only get away with it for the starter two difficulties. And even then, I think it can go south very fast. It is very much like Vermintide, where fuck around and find out really just results in you dying.
Yeah.
For the most part, community's pretty chill. You know, there's always the outliers, but it seems pretty low tier. I really like the way leveling weapons works. So as you level your, like, weapon, just by using it and getting kills and shit, you gain mastery with it. At every level, you get a point that you put into one of your mastery traits there. That is just a passive upgrade for that weapon archetype, regardless of, like, what weapon you have in that archetype. So, like, the laser bolt pistol, I've leveled up to, like, 11 mastery. I've put 11 points in the passives of my choosing that stack. Hang on.
Yeah, and that's that.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Oh, no worries.
So yeah, like, you level your gun, you get it to mastery 11 or whatever, and you have 11 points to put in the passives. The passives are literally just upgrades of, like, it'll stack the type of effect it does, or be like on, or after reload, you get this much critical chance increased for this amount of time, and there's 5 points in each of those that you max out. And one of the things I really like about the game is that, so things I've
Hello, you're
maxed out,
lagging a
like,
little bit on my
Yeah,
end.
Stella,
wait, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Are you kidding me?
You are very robot-y. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
I
it
don't know if that's
started
just more
so
like
sudden.
yeah. I don't know if that's just a Discord thing or like it just something went wrong, but yeah.
Testing. It sounds exactly the same. I don't understand why. Is it better now?
Yes, much better.
I
Definitely
don't know what
better.
the fuck happened. Nothing changed on my end at all. Okay.
Weird.
I don't remember.
Like I said, it might have been
about
just
now.
Discord or something. You were talking about at least sorry, not stacks, but something with Warhammer, at least I think with the classes.
No, motherfuck. I hate technology.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't have it. I don't know what I was talking about.
Just move on. Just
I don't know how to move on from it. I don't know where I was at, man. You can't go to chapter 3 if I don't know where chapter 2 is.
That's fine. You can just go back. It's House of Leaves. You just keep going back and forth like a Quentin Tarantino film. Just Just go. Just go. Just go. Go. Go.
Fuck me. God damn it. I'm like completely derailed now.
So sorry.
Yeah.
I like actually my brain just stopped working now. I hate everything so much right now.
Technology.
God, what the fuck was I talking about? The fucking guns. God damn it. Jesus Christ.
There.
I'm gonna fucking punch something today. I'm so tired of the heat. I'm so tired of being sick. I've been sick for like 2.5 weeks. It's too fucking hot in here. The guns, when you level them, the masteries carry over across all your classes. Those are count-wide as all your currencies, which is really nice, because then when you've had weapons that are maxed out mastery, even when you start a new class and you're using, like, you know, the white tier basic-ass ranking rarity weapons, they're still benefiting from full mastery. And full mastery is every single passive, like, thing you could put a point into in this weapon is maxed out. And that is now on every single weapon in that category, regardless of rarity, level, or where you're at on your entire account. So when you start new classes, it does make it a little easier to level them, because anytime you're using any weapons that you have any previous mastery at all, whether it's maxed out or not, it carries over. And your currencies carry over across account wide, which means when you're like spending those currencies to rapidly upgrade weapons quicker to higher rarity tiers or raw power increases, it's easier to do so. So it really, every time you're doing a different class, like once you've maxed out one, by the time you're doing another class, you've got the resources to always be able to like kind of pump the next one up faster. Like 0 to 30 with the first class took way longer than like 0 to 23 with the second class, and I think I'm 27 with the second class now, and I'm already level 11 with the new class. Like, it just gets faster and faster, which is really nice. They have like a built-in battle pass fake thing called the pennant system that's carried over across all the classes, and it just kind of works like Call of Duty, like how like killing this many enemies, or all the types of enemies, or this many types of missions, or doing this type of weapon, or using each class has its own two little like challenge things that all feed into the same fake battle pass thing that never expires, which is really nice. And some of the levels, like missions set, like really feel cinematic as hell, like way more than you were expecting, in a way that Vermintide never kind of hit in my time with it. Like, there is some missions you do in Darktide where I'm like, this, like, dipped a toe into, like, a double A, like, single player vibe in just how, like, outrageously cinematic and intense it was, where it was like, for a second there, this mission became, like, a double A, maybe light triple A Warhammer action single player adventure thing real quick. Like, there are some like movie-esque fucking moments that happen, and it's super fun. I love the new class. Arbitus is so fun. I will be judging anyone forever who specs into the Arbitus tree that lets you put the dog away and become a lone wolf. It's called lone wolf because you don't have a dog companion anymore, but in return you basically get mass buffs across the board, but your walk speed is super reduced. So you're like Judge Dredding everywhere, and yeah, that's cool, but fuck that. This dog is the best boy ever. This dog is so good. First of all, the dog has no health. It cannot be killed. You can spec the dog into being like counting as like an actual teammate unit too, in the sense that it provides its own aura, which is like the passive thing that when you're in range of your team buffs your team and you. So you can like, the dog will replicate your aura as the Arbitus, which as you level up, you all start with a basic aura and a basic blitz, which is what they call the one ability. And then as you go through the skill tree, you either end up picking up a way better version of that exact blitz or aura, or choosing a totally different aura blitz. And so the way I have it is, my dog, when it bites people, electrocutes them and applies bleed stacks. My dog also
Wow.
counts as its own unit, which means it applies my chosen aura, which I chose one that like buffs critical chance or something. And
Mhm.
so that dog applies that aura around it like another character does, and I do, which means it stacks on top of me, so I'm basically getting mine twice. And anytime my dog is
Wow.
near my teammates, it's giving that. My favorite thing is the dog automatically is just like the way they designed it is that the dog is never really straying far from you
Mhm.
beyond a certain threshold. It will engage enemies on its own. Um, but you can also, by double tapping the, well, I play on PC and I use mouse and keyboard, so whatever button it would be
Mhm.
on, like console, whatever. But by double
Yeah.
tapping like the ping button, which is a
Mhm.
single button press, it's the command dog button if you double tap it. So like as things are coming, I can command the dog and it will immediately stop engaging with anything it's doing to go do the command immediately. And it's pretty good on its own. Like it's picking good targets, but like one of the
Mhm.
things I like about it is like I have never gotten grabbed by one of the ogres ever again on this class because I hear the ogre
Wow.
coming, obviously, because long
Yeah.
before you see it, and I just turn, slowly reload, and I wait. And I see it running, and then I just double tap the ping, and the dog can't grab the ogre because it's too big, but he can just fucking headbutt the shit out of it. And he just jumps at it, headbutts it, and it makes the ogre stumble. And the whole time, I'm just unloading into the ogre. It's never come close to grabbing me. Because that single
Damn.
stumble, I've unloaded like
Mhm.
half my gun into it. By the time the ogre starts moving again, it's dead already. The
Jeez.
dog is great at like dragging enemies that try to keep away from you towards you too. And let me tell you, there are very few things as satisfying as gaming. It's just like clearing a room and then like walking
Mhm.
out of the room mid reload while your dog is like dragging the sniper into the room by its fucking ankle. And without even glancing at it, you just like flick your mouse or whatever at the thing, press the shoot button, and keep walking, and you don't look back. Because that guy's dead and your dog is a good boy.
Very
It
The
good
is
goodest
boy.
maybe
boy.
one of the best dog companions in a game I've ever seen,
Yeah.
largely in due to the nature of like, you're fighting a lot more things than you usually are with dog companions, because that's usually in like a single player game, right? Like,
Mhm.
the Fallout dogs are never helping you take on this many things at once. That's just not how Fallout works. So,
Yeah.
because this is that type of game, this dog feels really good.
Yeah.
You get to name your dog, and you can pet your dog and interact with them in the hub. And if you're not petting your dog in the hub, I am judging you, and I'll know if you did or not because I can look at your account and see what penances you have, and there is penances related to petting your dog.
Damn.
I'm
You
sure a
know who
lot of
the
people
emperor?
will be judged then.
You know who the emperor doesn't trust? Motherfuckers that don't pet their dog. He's a good boy. He's the
The
best boy.
goodest boy.
You can customize what your dog looks like. This game is great. I fucking love this game. I'm really hoping to like see what they do with classes and stuff down the road. Like this is the first like major. This is like considered the game's like first full release, really.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
a blast. I fucking love it. One second. All right,
Uh,
am I good? No roboty.
no
Oh, you're
roboting.
good.
Okay, because last time I tapped a mute to sneeze, and then I came back, and it was like, I'm a robot now. So Dark Tide is great. The music is incredible. Um, Boss fights can be intense, and I will say the higher difficulties, oh my god, it gets rough. It gets fucking rough as hell. I have still not hit the highest, even before the slight difficulty rework they've done. Um, so I still don't know what that looks like now because I didn't hit it before, but oh man, it gets rough. Like, team coordination becomes so important. So important. Um, and that's pretty much Dark Tide. Other than that, like it's a blast. It's probably how Vermintide 2 or Vermintide would have felt for me if I'd been able to get into the game earlier on. I joined them kind of nearer the end of their time, even though Vermintide 2 has gotten updates recently, but like those were unexpected updates. But like the peak of the game is long since faded. This is the thing that's like the peak of this kind of thing right now. So it's nice to be able to on the ground floor with it because I'm having a blast. You know, if they ever do a Vermintide 3, I'm gonna have a blast. I love games
Yeah.
like these. It's just I'm picky on them because like it's basically just Left 4 Dead, but like I
Yeah.
can't stand Left 4 Dead at all. It's
Yeah.
never been a thing I enjoyed, and I to this day don't understand why everyone loves it so incessantly because it just kind of seems very basic to me. Maybe it's its
Yeah.
age. I don't know. Like I wasn't PC gaming, and I guess at the
Mhm.
time it was probably like iconic, but like of that type of formula game where it's like mission based horde game, I think it's the
Mhm.
least of them, without a doubt. Like both Left 4 Dead's, like I would never recommend that over Vermintide 1, 2, or this in a million years. Like it's just to me, it is not the peak of its genre, even if it was at one point. And if it was, I wasn't there for that. So by the time I came to Left 4 Dead, I'm like, this is not good. Why do you all love this?
As
Um,
someone who loves Left 4 Dead, that hurts my heart, but I'll forgive you because I love you.
yeah, you and everyone else. You know what? You and everyone else. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not
Left 4 Dead was
impressed.
just one of those things that were like it just hit at the right time and just
I'm gonna be honest.
everything
I
up.
think that about most of Steam's games, though.
That's fair.
Fair. It just
I'm
it really was just a really fun time, even though it was so simple. The the essence of a horde shooter, but the fact that there was like I guess a linear progression to it,
Well,
even though
yeah,
it's just
that's what it is. I mean, I'll give him
yeah.
the credit for definitely being one of the first, if not the first. And you probably, sure you were great back then, but you didn't have any fucking competition. It was Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Guess what? I got Vermintide 1 and 2, both infinitely better. Darktide, infinitely better. Firebreak, better. More interesting. Neater aesthetic. More fun to play. Plays like a modern game. Doesn't play like a game 20 years old. Like, it's just. The moment for Left 4 Dead was well before I ever got around to it, and by the time I got to it, because Steam gives them to you for free, I was like, this is what everyone won't shut up about? And it was just, it's past its heyday, and in a world where there are more games in that genre, I don't want the old one. I want, with the
Yeah.
aesthetic that like bores me, I want the
Mhm.
interesting one.
Yeah.
So it's definitely just like it might have been a thing I could have enjoyed if I'd been there in that moment when no one else was kind of doing that yet. But in a world
Yeah.
where plenty of people do that, I'm like, I'm not exactly impressed by this anymore. It's like not really
Yeah.
doing it.
Mhm.
Darktide, super good. Highly recommend. Love me some Darktide. It's very good. Been playing TFT as usual, on and off. It's pretty chill. The new season's like okay. TFT is one of those things where I'm either like absolutely in love with the thematics and what's going on in that current set, or I'm like about it. And if I'm about it, like right now, I don't have much to say. But if it's like a season that I fucking love, I have a lot more to say about like the nuance of it. But it isn't one of those seasons, unfortunately.
I've been actually mostly into ARAM, honestly. That's all I've been.
I haven't tried ARAM since the new stuff changed for it.
Oh yeah, that one really is. I guess it's nice. You never know when you're gonna get one of the three. You just randomly get it and just kind of like,
Yeah.
okay,
It's
it's
nice
just
to
that
have a
one.
little variety there. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I haven't really been playing anything beyond occasional TFT. Like I've barely been on it.
Hmm.
Um, Diablo 4 season 8's wrapping up. It was an okay season. Not all of them are super strong, but like just the core experience of Diablo is very much a Stella thing. So I enjoyed a lot. I'm looking forward to the next season as always. Like I like playing Diablo. That is a game where I will like play forever and ever and ever and ever because I just really like Diablo. It just
Yeah.
everything about Diablo. If I am enjoying playing as that class, I am enjoying that game. That's pretty much how that
Yeah.
works. And I play like the same 4 classes all the time. And I like how fucked up the world is. It's fun. Um, I've been playing FBC Firebreak. Came out. I didn't have to buy it because it's on my PS Plus, which is nice. So I like it. It's good. I'm a big fan of Remedy. I wanted to get it anyway to support them. It's a game that like will obviously improve over time from like updates and stuff, and they've already been very clear about that. And what's there, especially as you get into like the harder difficulties of things, you can see how okay this starts to ramp the fuck up in a way where it's like stop fucking around.
Yeah.
It does seem a little basic, ironically. Like, I would call it probably one of the more basic, at least on the lower difficulty end, of like these level horde games. But
Mhm.
it's Remedy and it's weird and quirky, and and the humor and like tone and nonsense of the Remedy verse really does a lot of lifting. And the core game that's there, even though basic, it's fun. It's good. Like,
Yeah.
I playing Firebreak as like a game that just came out, I can see how something like Left 4 Dead could excel back in the day, because you didn't need
Mhm.
more than really basic, because nobody had done this yet.
Yeah.
So like Firebreak in the long run will need more, but it also gets the bonus, for me at least, that like, hey, you know what world and like story and like even the smallest tidbits of story or little quip voice lines I care about more? Remedy over the world of Left 4 Dead. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
it carries that basicness there with a very wacky, like nonsense aesthetic. It's very fun. I enjoy the music of it a lot. I enjoy like the insane aesthetic of it. I like how it just looks like you're slapping pots and pans on your suit, because there's, we're fighting a crazy war here. We don't have a lot of resources. It's been locked down in the Bureau of Control for like 10 years or something. We work with what we got. Nobody touched that duck. It's Remedy at its peak. It's just like a funny co-op Remedy shooter, and I'm enjoying it. It's nice to see them break out into like another area, and I can see how this game, if like it gets proper updates, could become quite like a thing, at least with a steady concurrent player base.
Mhm.
Um, I picked up Sulfur, which had been something on my wish list, and I started playing Sulfur, and I don't know how to describe this game. This Sulfur might be the weirdest indie game I've played in the last 10 years at least. I don't I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand why it's going on. I don't know who I might be some kind of goblin priest. It's unclear. I might be caught in a time loop. Also unclear. Old gods might be involved. Everyone in this town seems sus. This game could not be more bizarre and less forthcoming about what the fuck is going on. I feel like I'm watching like a montage of Courage the Cowardly Dog episodes, except it is the most bizarre moment of each episode rapidly clipped together and shoved down my gullet, and then followed up with like a fucking smoothie that says RNG all the things. And that's what I got. It's delightful, but I cannot explain Sulfur to you. I don't know how. Go buy the game, I guess. It's really fun, but like, I couldn't explain this game to you if I wanted to. It's really weird. Maybe when I get further, I'll know more. It's still early access. But their updates have been pretty chunky and stuff. Like, I'm still in the first region, the caves. There's like a forest, a fortress, a beach. I could not tell you anything with any concrete surety. Surety?
Surety. You said it.
Mhm.
Look, it's hot. My ears are ringing. It's hard.
That's some Darkest Dungeon. That's just Darkest Dungeon.
No, 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 no. This is sulfur. Weren't you paying attention? Weren't you listening? So yeah, sulfur. Maybe at some point I'll have a better way to describe it. But right now, sulfur. I don't know. Um, Hades 2 came out with its third major update, which I believe is going to be the last major update before full release. I've also been dabbling back in Hades 1, which has been fun, but I'm really probably just going to stick with Hades 2 because I much prefer Hades 2. I like the way it plays more. I like everything about it more. Because I want to be hot girl talking to hot girl.
Yeah, Melanie, right?
Melanoe. Yeah.
Melanoe.
Yo, straight up, I'm 100% genuinely thinking about getting her, like, cool, glowy, fucking green skeleton arm as her sleeve tattoo.
That would be
Sounds
pretty
so
dope.
dope.
Yeah, I'm sure it would hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, it's the
Although I
entire.
just found out that my like 67-year-old aunt just got her second tattoo. That she got one 3 years ago, and she got one with my kid's cousin who's like 16 getting her first. And I asked her, "Oh, what was it like?" And she was like, "It doesn't really hurt. It kind of feels weird. Like you feel like it should hurt more than it does, especially when you look at it and you're just like, really? That's it?" And they got it on aunt did shoulder and cousin did forearm, which is one of mine. And she's like, "There's pain, but like you're looking at them put a needle in your skin over and over, and your mind tells you this should hurt way more." And it's just kind of disorienting. And I was like, honestly, that's what I've heard more than anything, is that people like, yeah, like certain areas hurt a lot more, but for the most part, you're just kind of like, huh? But some people,
Yeah.
like, it hurts a lot, but like, I've always had a pretty high pain tolerance because I've just, been in perpetual pain for too long.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Been dabbling back and forth in Destiny 2. Having fun with it more or less, but also keeping an eye. I especially with like the insanity at Bungie, which I'm sure we'll cover in the news, and the fact that like there is like a lot of good people at this studio, and they have a lot of good charities that like they help set up, and it really does seem that like Bungie's issues from day one have been the what it always is the shitty producers in the C circle.
Oh yeah.
Always. So hopefully that might be getting ousted soon, with like Sony basically about to take over that thing by September. And like it apparently I'm not the only one that thinks that. Like anonymous Bungie employees currently and ex Bungie employees have said that like Sony buying them is going to be the best thing for that studio. Sony having control over like who gets to sit at the top will be better than anything that the people in charge of Bungie have ever been able to do in terms of like decency of a place to work and creative freedom. So we'll see, but like yeah. Apparently it's been that bad that like it's been really hard for people to like get shit done over the last couple years there. And then I played the Neo 3 demo. I didn't beat it. I don't know if it's still up. It's Neo. It's hard. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really pretty. And if you make mistakes, it kills you for it. It's Neo. And that's... Is that it? Is that all I've played? I mean, other than DBD and Overwatch, which I'm bouncing back and forth to, but like we kind of talked about those already. Though I am trying to like slowly open my DPS repertoire in Overwatch, but it can be difficult at times to like find the matches to do that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of been like, honestly, it was so much Darktide that like that was all I was playing. Oh, duh. Of course, the other thing that I was playing. Now it's my turn to talk about Lies of P.
Oh, here we go.
I will now follow up with what may be the hottest Stella take of all time so far in this show. So, several episodes ago...
There's been several.
There's been many. Stella, known for her hot takes. There several episodes ago, I don't remember which one it was. It might be earlier on than I think. I definitely had criticisms of Liza P, just based off like trailers and stuff. And I think by that point, Vaughn had played it too, or at least started to.
Yeah.
And I remember trying the demo and being like, okay, it's okay, but like, it's not Bloodborne. And so the only reason I grabbed this is because for me, like, Souls games fit in a very specific spot in my brain where if you are making a Souls game, it must also have a weird, disjointed, like, you don't have to, but you can co-op and you can PvP. And if you don't have that, it's not a fucking Souls game to me. It's an action game that is borrowing some of the Souls formula. And if that's the case, which is fine, it needs to have a difficulty selection. Because then you're just like Devil May Cry at that point. And some people like to play Devil May Cry or modern God of Wars on the highest difficulty and bang their head into a wall. I don't want that. I want to play on the default, like, medium difficulty and play my fucking game.
Right.
So, when the DLC Overture for Lies of P's came out, they also added a difficulty option. So there's the default is the hardest, and then there's like a medium one and a lower one. I'm playing on the medium one, and it's still kicking my ass sometimes, but I'm having a much better time with the game. And it was on sale, so I got the whole thing in the DLC for like $20.
Hell yeah.
I will say that it has decidedly won me over, and which leads us to the hot take. And this hot take is an undoing of a previous hot take. Because I was heavily critical of Lies of P and was like, I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's like landing the thing. Not only am I undoing that statement, Lies of P might be the best non-From Software Souls game ever fucking made. Lies of P is really good.
It's a good game. Like, it's really
a good
is
game. It is a game that wears its heart on its sleeve to the point where it's like, you get to the church and it's like, yes, here is the we like Bloodborne portion of the game. I see. Then you get to the fucked up shanty towns and it's like, did we mention we like Bloodborne? Pretty much after the church, every 10 steps you take, the game is like, did we mention we really like Bloodborne? Because we really like Bloodborne. And it just gets progressively more fucked up as it goes. Everyone is sus in this game. Everyone could not be more sus. To the point that people that were aggressively at 0 sus are now at max sus. And I'm just like, is everyone just lying? Is that the game? Is that why it's called Lies of P? Because everyone's lying to me, P, the puppet? It seems like everyone's lying a lot. All the time, in fact. The further I get in the game, the more I read every description I find of an item or a letter, I'm just like, sure seems like y'all full of some fucking horse shit. Something you want to tell me, old man? No? You sure? I don't know, I got this blue-stained blood letter from your coat. No? Okay. Are you sure? You want to tell me some lies? Some sweet, sweet honey-filled lies? Everyone in this game cannot be trusted at this point. I'm not even sure I can be trusted. In fact, I can't be because I've been lying my ass off at every choice the game has given me. I've been like, yeah, sure, lady that's dying to the petrification disease, that's your baby. Hands her a puppet baby. Uh-huh. I appreciate the acceptable place to cut the budget for time development. That is, every merchant looks the same. It's the same guy.
Oh yeah,
it's the same character model.
Dude.
It's the same dude. He's just there. I like that every old lady coughing through a window that I do a side quest for appears to be the same old lady. Which I'm not sure if that's actually the same old lady, or again, we were cutting corners where we could. Because if it is the same old lady, then she's also sus and lying. And if it's not, then it gives the appearance that she's sus and lying. Hey, yeah, this everyone is a dirty liar, full of horrific secrets. Like world-shattering, you are Joseph Mengele level, like, horrific secrets. And I'm just like, all of you are terrible. All of you. Literally, not one of you is a good person. How am I, the lying puppet, the only puppet that can lie, the closest to a good, half-decent human being in this entire godforsaken city? This has gotta be the worst mythological city I've ever been to in a game, and I've played Bloodborne like 700 times. This place is awful. I would rather, if I lived in Krot, I would move to Yharnam. This is terrible place.
So bad. Yeah, no,
Dude,
fucking.
it's the worst. It starts out as like, huh? And then just escalates to, oh, this is the worst ever. And then further escalates with no need to. You've already achieved the worst ever. You don't need to keep going. The message has been received. It's bad. I understand. I attended the class and passed the test with flying colors. Against my will. It's bad. It seems really bad here. It gets perpetually worse. Um, I will say a couple things. Certain things don't do the game favors, which I think really were responsible for my like criticisms in the demo, and from why I never bothered to give the game a bigger attempt. The the blade and handle system fucking sucks until you get far enough into the game. It is the most annoying system to engage with until you have enough weapon pieces to actually, like,
Mix
bother
and
with
match.
it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, literally, I didn't give a fuck about that system until I had, like, 10 pieces to mix and match on both ends. And the resources to upgrade them and alter them as needed. And then I was like, okay, you've won me over, like, immediately. But up until that exact point, it was the most annoying thing ever to me. Like, I fucking hated it. And I don't think it does the game any favor. I think it really hurts the game because I was a person who bounced so hard off that because it was just so weird and annoying and seemed so limited to the point is like, why is it even here then? It was like a fake system. But it is until you get enough pieces to mix and match, and the game does not do a good job of like getting that point across at all. It really, like, honestly should just show you what the system can become in a couple hours of playing. Because that first, like, 10 hours, oh my god, it's so fucking pointless. It is, like, do not engage with that system until, like, 10 hours in. You just don't have enough to really appreciate what it actually is, and it's trivial and just fluff until then. But once you have enough, it's really neat. It's almost as neat as trick weapons. Almost. Trick weapons is still the creme de la creme to me. I will love trick weapons forever. I think they are the coolest thing ever. But I do like the handle and blade system. Once you have enough pieces to actually bother experimenting, it becomes really unique and stands out. And I think that's what Liza P does across the board is I think the start of the game is the roughest part to sell someone on. Because there's a lot going on very quickly, and it doesn't do the best job of explaining mechanics and systems, which is a trope of Souls games. And this is like a Souls game. It's just, I think we need to designate whether we have a Souls-like, a la, like, The Surge, even though I don't like The Surge, or, like, Lords of the Fallen, the new one, or, you know, Bloodborne, even though it's made by FromSoft, would be like a Souls-like, right? Elden Ring is a Souls-like. I think Liza P needs to be put into an entirely different category that we should dub Souls-light.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not really a Souls game.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly a Souls game, and it's infinitely better with a difficulty selection option, and, like, the way the game really wants you to play it, too, in terms of, like, I'm not really being punished in the way a Souls game punishes you for my mistakes. I'm being punished like it's a Devil May Cry. Like, I don't need to be as, like, it doesn't feel like I have to be as good as I do to beat a boss in, like, Bloodborne or Dark Souls or Elden Ring, despite my brief time with it. It feels more like a Devil May Cry, where it's like, nah, I can kind of bang my head. I can kind of just brute force this. I can just kind of brute force this. Like, I don't have to be too, like, Souls games do as much as we meme on it. Like, one of the first lessons of a Souls game, or a Souls-like to me, is get good. And that's, like, actual advice in the sense that, no, put time into understanding the game and get good at it. Because the game is never going to give you an inch. it will not let up, and it will punish you every step of the way that you are not getting good at this game. Like, actually get good, learn the fucking mechanics, down to the level of, like, one of the biggest lessons you gotta teach people in those games is, hey, are you not, like, actively blocking an attack? Stop holding the fucking shield up. It slows your stamina regen. You react. Don't anticipate. React. It's a fighting game. Whereas this is kind of like, nah, you can play Liza P way greedier than a Souls game. Doing this shit, like, I play Liza P like it's Devil May Cry. Like, I'm just going in. And I am not worried about, like, getting hit as much as I am in a Souls game, where it's, like, way more costly. Liza P feels like it wants me to accept that, for the most part, it's a Souls game. But at the end of the day, they're willing to give me more room to breathe than a pure Souls formula would. So I think that difficulty option really adds to it and really highlights that is, like, what the game wants to be more, and their willingness to do that shows they understand that, like, no, you took a lot of the Souls formula, but at the end of the day, you didn't follow it all the way through, which isn't bad as long as you accept that and embrace it in your design, which is something that has been coming out about Phantom Blade Zero. That guy has said it's not a pure Souls game. He took inspiration from Souls, from their insane level design and enemy and boss fights, but he also says his other favorite games, Devil May Cry, fucking Ninja Gaiden, these character action games that can get quite difficult, but definitely don't demand as much as a Souls game. So it's like combining a little bit of each of those two genres into something new, which definitely appeals to me, because, like, there's good stuff in both those genres, and if you can mix them in a good way, that's probably the closest you're gonna get to making Souls games more accessible. Because, like, as much as I enjoy having a difficulty option in Liza P and in Devil May Cry and in, like, modern God of Wars, I don't want that in my Bloodborne. I don't want that in my Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't belong there. Right? Like, they're different things. And I think Liza P understood that lesson really well.
Yeah.
I will say, the soundtrack for Liza P is impeccable. It is up there with some of the best. The enemy variety really starts to ramp up, and how you engage with things, like, it honestly, like, it reminds me of fights in, like, Devil May Cry or God of War, where certain enemy types are always priority to me. I see that motherfucker with the claws, and he is going down now. Because I hate this motherfucker. And I need him to die. The game has had some interesting twists. I really was like, when it's doing the whole, you feel warmth, your gears are grinding or whatever, or, like, the ergo is whispering, and then, like, cutscene, and now I have hair growing, and I'm just like, oh, whoa, this is weird. Now I know what changed shape and that chair means. Oh, the cat likes me now? Am I even a puppet? What am I? Am I some kind of, like, vampire, half puppet, half human? How does that work? I really like the legions, the arms. I love them so much, even though I've pretty much hard locked into Flamberge, because it's really good. But I love the idea of, like, I think the Legion, which is the different arms you can equip, is appealing to me in the way that, like, the Sekiro arm never did. So I really like that. I've enjoyed the twists and turns. I really didn't expect it to go full Bloodborne Eldritch monstrosities, but it really is.
Yeah.
The side quests have been good. The little moments where it makes you choose are good. I did not appreciate the menu trying to scare me when I started making choices at a certain point in the game, where it, like, when it asks you this or that, you can lie or pick the truth, because you're a puppet and you shouldn't be able to lie, and it's ticking down, but then, like, at a certain point in the game, when it starts giving you those choices, it's, like, flashing red, and there's weird symbols all over the screen, and it's, like, whispering to you in undead voices, and you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I almost couldn't pick the answer I wanted because I got so overwhelmed by that and, like, genuinely frightened by it because I just wasn't expecting it. I love that the main menu screen has changed now that I'm at a certain point in the game. I'm like, ooh, I love when games do that. That's, like, one of my favorite little, like, I don't know what you call that, but just flavor text moments, I guess. Like, I really like that. I currently am rocking. I got the
Flavor
salamander
menu. I don't
dagger.
know.
What?
Flavor menu. I don't know.
Yeah, flavor menu. It's just like it doesn't really serve any real purpose other than just like me going, ah, okay, we're in it now. Something has changed. I love that I've been able to like. So I got like a little fire dagger early on, and what I've done with that is I've put it on like a pole that I swing wide. So I've got like that became like a heavy kind of like medium weapon for me, and then I got the heavy like electric saw blade weapon, ripped that saw blade right off and put it on the shortest handle I had. So I'm just like, nope,
Yeah.
this fast weapon is now my heavy weapon. This heavy weapon is now my fast weapon. Fuck your rolls, old man. The game is really good. The level design is really good. They sure do love their crumbling floors.
Yes, they do.
Oh man, they love that trick. They love that trick so much. They also love their rolling Indiana Jones boulders, and I'm frankly
Boulders.
sick to
Yes.
fucking death of them. I hate them
Yeah.
so much. I'm so tired of them. I don't like them. And those clown puppets can fuck off and go to hell. They're so goddamn annoying. I hate how they laugh at me. I hate how much stamina they eat out of me. I hate their stupid moveset. I hate the way they look. I hate that they always come with friends. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I just hate clowns in general, to be honest, even though the clown is one of my best DBD killers because he's OP as fuck. But Liza P is very fucking good. I definitely like. I retract my previous criticisms and shower it with praise. I cannot wait to get to the DLC. I'm very much looking forward to it. Like, I went into this not expecting to really enjoy it this much at all, and I like it. The first session I played was like 6 hours. The second session I was doing like 16-hour sessions and have been since then. Like, if I'm playing Liza P, it's eating up most of a day. I am going
Jeez.
through like 3 to 4 chapters per session at this point and having an absolute fucking blast the whole way through. Even when I'm like getting lost, getting my ass kicked, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, this game delivers constantly, and I really stand by that. Like, that first like 10 hours is where it could lose you. Just get past that. Just get past that enough, and everything about the game that I disliked has won me over in the long run. The more the game has allowed me to engage with it. Like, I honestly, I don't think it should let you even look at that weapon blade handle system until 10 hours in. I don't think it should let you interact with it at fucking all. Because I think it's a waste of time, and it just, like, makes the system seem bad. Because there's not enough there for you to really understand what's happening. I really think they should just not let you, like, switch weapons all you want, upgrade them all you want, but no, you can't do this until later. Like, just, there's a thing you have to go find and bring to the lady and then you can do it, right? Something dumb like that. But I honestly don't think you should look at the weapon like, you upgrade your weapons, pick what you like, but, like, the way you can pull the blade off a weapon and a handle off regular weapons and combine them in any way you want there to create different things really doesn't seem like it's worth interacting with at all until you're far enough in the game that you have enough pieces to play around with. It really
Yeah.
doesn't do itself any favors by letting you look at that, because when you're looking at that with like 2 weapons to your name, it's like, the fuck is this? This is so weird.
Right.
Mhm.
But like, once you have pieces, holy shit, does it like shine once you have enough to play with. It's like somebody handed you like 4 Legos. And it's like, the fuck am I gonna do with this? And then 10 hours later they gave you the rest of the Legos and you're like, "Oh, I see." But it's like, I don't want to give you, no, don't give me 4 Legos. Deny me the Lego access until there are more Legos, please.
That's so valid, though.
Oh, it super is. Like, the game's great. The game is fantastic. I think it's definitely my favorite of the non-From Software Souls-like games, whatever you want to call it. Like, it has won me over.
Yeah.
If it's not my favorite, it's definitely in the top. I
Yeah.
quite like what Neo 1 and 2 are, but they're very different beasts, and I quite liked the new Lords of the Fallen. Can't stand the original one, and can't stand the Surge 1 and 2. But this one is up there, and based on Vaughn's pitch from the DLC might hardlock it into the current number 1. We'll have to see. He promised a level that is purely a Stella level, so we'll see. We shall see.
I will stand by that statement.
He stands by it. I better feel thirsty as fuck in this level, Vaughn.
You will. You will.
I will. Okay. All right. I will say this game could also just be called This game could also just be called Mask Mommy, because there's a lot of mommies with hot masks. But I keep having to kill them all because they keep betraying me. If they would just like hold my hand, we could just get along. Although Fox Mommy likes me because I helped her. And I was like, yeah, you can have this golden coin fruit thing. Sure. No hard feelings. Yo, that Black Rabbit fight, Jesus fuck. That took me so... That took me, I think, like 20 attempts. That fight is insane. I actually beat it on stream, on a first try on stream, because that was the moment where I suddenly understood that I only had to fight, actually, like, kill the big one, and then the others would run away.
Yeah.
I was trying to fight them. I didn't realize that's what the fight was. The whole time I'm trying to take them all out, and just kind of grabbing the target I can. I haven't run into them again. I'm expecting to, obviously. I'm enjoying the outfits and stuff. I ran around with the donkey mask on for quite a while because it was funny. The game is very, very good. I really like it. Like, I've definitely, like, kind of locked into the one arm. Flamberge is kind of my go-to, which I do not regret. Because, hey, you know what's really effective against all these puppets and human monstrosities, and just the humans also? Fucking fire, bro. Just burn them. Burn them all. Burn the world. Start anew. This town is fucked. This place sucks. This is like the worst place ever. And it continues to get worse. There is no sign of hope anywhere in sight. Hope has left and gone to Yarnarm, apparently. Liza P is really good. Please go buy this game and support this developer.
One of the arms that one of the Legion arms I enjoyed was actually from the DLC.
I was don't spoil any, because I was about to ask. I'm assuming there was new weapons. There are new arms. That's great to hear. Okay.
Yes. New weapons, new arms. Yep.
I will say, I did like the first arm you get, but I hard went into the fire one, but I definitely can see myself going back and doing, like, a grapple arm run, because there is something very satisfying about that. I'm excited to see the DLC, certainly, because, like, I've heard that the DLC really also old hunters in that way, where, like, the things you get access to as the player are, like, escalating levels of completely outlandish, insanely designed weapons or things, which is something that, like, I'll never forget the fucking old hunter thing where it's like, it's a sword. It's also a fucking bow, jackass. And you're like, what? Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited for that. That game has absolutely won me over. Liza P is truly a fantastic game. And I've heard it's done very, very fucking well. So much so that this was actually reported to me by listening to Castle Super Beast that Liza P sold so well, as did Overture, that everyone on the team got, like, a massive just raw cash bonus, a couple months off paid, and a Switch 2.
Yeah, they got a bonus, a raise, and then also
a bonus, a raise, a Switch 2, and, like, some paid time off, and I was like, hell yeah. And I hope that, like, this studio is just given... is Liza P a Sony-only thing?
No, right? It should be on the other consoles. Yeah, it should be on Xbox, PS,
yeah, I believe it's Xbox and everybody. I love that they've been so well received, because even though I was definitely not on board, it's definitely won me over, and I am definitely going to be keeping an eye on all future projects from this studio, even if they don't do like another Souls kind of thing, just because they chose a genre, even if I would argue that it's not a pure Souls game and it's more of a cross between like a Souls and an action game, which is great. Either way, those are two genres that you either nail it or you don't nail it at all, right? Like, are you making a character action game like a Devil May Cry, or are you making a Souls game, or a mix of both? It's either going to be really good or really bad. There is no mediocrity allowed in this genre. You either crush it or you fail so bad that you never get to do anything again. See the first Lords of the Fallen, right? Like, you either nail this or you don't. It is not a genre that has a lot of leeway in terms of like what the fan base of this genre finds acceptable. So they really like nailed it, and I can't wait to finish it and won't do the DLC and then finish it. So I'm really excited to see what this studio like does down the line, and it's nice to hear that like that success didn't like end up in a bad way, and that they were like, nope, everybody on the team gets a raise, raw cash bonus, switch to and paid vacation time, and we'll be back when we're back. It's nice to see that from like a studio in a world where EA's fucking CEO pulls home another 7 million while everyone else loses jobs and makes the lowest amount of money they've made ever at the company. So, Lightspeed is fucking fantastic. And maybe by next month's show, I might have beaten it. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out. God,
Okay.
I hope you beat it soon, because God, there is so much to say about that game.
It's time for the news.
Jesus, and it's been so.
It's been
long.
God. Oh, well, we only did an hour and 50 in the first section, and then we just did my month, and that took about an hour, so we're 2 hours, 50 minutes in. We're still under all previous Junes.
For now.
For now. Right. Shall we start with Papa Geoff Keighley's Summer Stramaganza Fest Extraordinaire 2025 Blast Off 9000 edition?
Yeah, girl.
I feel like I just had my brain like glitch trying to follow that.
What's the matter? You couldn't keep up with Papa Geoff Keighley's Summer Extravaganza Slamorama Game Fest Extraordinaire above 9000 Blast Off? Here we go.
Like a quarter into that entire sentence, it just sounds like sounds, not actual words. Like they don't mean anything. Yeah, essentially.
You said words that I do not that are in the English language, but when you put them in that specific order, I could not understand.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's talk about video game news for the month of June. Summer Games Fest happened. We've got some things to talk about. As usual, typically we both bring for news the shit that like caught our eye that we gave a fuck about to pay attention to. So there will be things we don't talk about, and people will just have to fucking deal.
Exactly.
My highlights from like the last couple stuff, and some of this might be out of order because there was also like a couple other events that happened. As always, June has become more than just the Summer Games Fest. It's also the other things now, so I can never really keep track of like what exactly was shown at this and that. It's just like a lot gets shown off and announced or talked about in June, whether it's the Summer Games Fest or State of Play or a Nintendo thing or an Xbox thing. It's like June is just old E3. It's just not all one thing now.
Yeah, it's pretty much now like showcases, and it's usually like State of Play, Xbox Showcase, DC Gamer.
It's Summer Games Fest, and then whatever is not at Summer Games Fest is either in this PlayStation State of Play, the Nintendo thing, or the Xbox Showcase. So it's basically their old E3 presentations, and then anything else gets put in Summer Games Fest. Which is fine. Doesn't matter to me. So for me, the standouts, Borderlands 4, definitely is back to a more like grittier vibe of like Borderlands 1. And from like the tones and gameplay they've shown off and stuff, definitely like a good step up for the franchise. And apparently it's being considered a bit of a soft reboot, which I kind of like, because don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed all the Borderlands, but like this one definitely seems going back to that exact, like closer to that formula of BL1 that really made it something special in a way that they've never really perfectly recaptured. The Siren, as there must be in every game in this one, is a summoner. She summons siren pets. And I'm having thoughts about these siren tattoos that I can see going down her thigh. I'm having lots of thoughts. Thoughts of a homosexual
So
nature.
many thoughts.
I'm some kind of sinner. For women. Anyway, Borderlands 4, it looks really good. It looks good. I want to play the game. It's like an open world thing this time, I think. Like, you just kind of go.
Yeah.
And it does appear to be a way more, like, fucked up story in terms of, like, tone and setup. And I quite enjoy, like, what it's at least presenting. And I'm looking forward to playing it, as always, because if this is something that, like, hits the exact way or as close to Borderlands 1 did back when I first played it, this might be the first one that I actually get to, like, play and finish. Would be nice. They're good games, but I always end up playing them by myself, and it clearly wants me to have a friend, and I want to have a friend, but I didn't know anyone who wanted to play these.
We'll get through them eventually.
Yeah, we're just gonna do Borderlands 4, babe.
I look forward to it regardless, just because of being a huge Borderlands fan.
Forward to it?
How dare you? Make me listen to that with my own ears.
She was ready. She was ready.
She was.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always ready. That's what I say to girls that ask me if they want to top me.
She's always ready.
I'm always ready. Lizzie knows that from last night when I walked into a wall. I'm always ready. You know, sometimes you give a girl a little praise and she goes 42-0 on Sombra, or she walks into a wall. Both can be true.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll do it while going 42-0. You thought I was you thought I was bad at the game or lagging and walked into that wall. No, it was bait. I'm just gonna turn around and blow your head off and hit you with a dancing note and run away at half a health again, like I know what I'm doing. No, I don't, but I was praised by a girl and it's feeding me.
The plot twist is like, you saw what I wanted you to see.
And the girl that praised me saw what I wanted them to see, which is me. Always ready to go. Ugh, hormones, they're kind of ridiculous. The most important news that makes me feel very smug, very correct, as I usually am, is Call of Duty Black Ops 7 was announced. We'll be getting a full reveal later in the summer. Yeah. It'll be coming out this year, and it is undeniably, we're going back to the future, baby. Back to sci-fi. Back to me, motherfuckers! You thought you'd escape to this? You thought it would be boots on the ground again forever? How foolish. How naive. How pedantic and predictable of you. Shallow is the limit of your thinking. Do not compare your inferior capacities to mine. Fucking, that's right, motherfuckers. Back to future bullshit. Hope you enjoyed your boring boots on the ground while you could have it, losers. Can't wait for them to give me cloaking in multiplayer again. I'm gonna fuck people up like it's my goddamn job. And I hope they get mad about it and tell me. Message me, DM me, slide right in, little buddy. I'll send you the kill cam clip. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I'm so excited it's going back to future tech, even if it's only a little bit future tech. But the fact that they showed off cloaking, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be in the multiplayer, and I am gonna use it, and I'm gonna stand behind people cloaked, and just wait until they feel uneasy, and then when they turn around, I'm just gonna kill them. So the kill cam is just me standing behind them invisible. And I'm like, yeah, your friends couldn't save you because they didn't know I was here. Fucking so excited. So excited to be going back to even the slightest dip of sci-fi. It's gonna have round-based zombies. No fucking around, no messing about. Good, good, good.
Did you see that? I think the map that we might be getting is like transit, or is something adjacent to transit
In what?
in Black Ops 7
Oh,
zombies.
I haven't seen anything
Ooh.
related to that I would confirm official. They haven't said anything. They just said zombies is
Yeah.
coming back.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just that like when you see the Black Ops 7 trailer that they put out, at the end you see multiple zombies standing
Yeah.
in front of what looks like a bus.
Oh, I'm not gonna
So
fucking freeze frame that and look at the frame by fuck that noise. I'm not doing that. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Is like that's the
yeah, when like
clickbait
they're
thing
like
where it's that's the
we need to
fucking
analyze this
Snopes.
like
No,
12
no,
this
no, we don't.
half
Shut
a
up. No,
second
we don't. That is
for
like
like
Snopes
20
top 10.
minutes.
Number 10 in the exact frame. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your exact frame examination. What are you, the CIA? Shut up. Nobody cares. That doesn't tell me anything. I'm not believing that until I actually see it. I honestly, like, I fucking hate this era of leaks and data mining. I hate it so fucking much because it's like I live in a world where people just complain about trailers giving everything away, and then when they don't, everyone just data mines it. And it's like, motherfucker, do you
Right.
want to be surprised or not? Pick a side. You can't have both. Like, it's so annoying. It removes all the mystique, and it's like, well, I don't want to be disappointed. Motherfucker, that's what launch trailers are for. And, you know, the
Right.
concept of fucking waiting to see if it's worth your time. Like, what is
Whatever
this?
happened to just like watching someone play if you're unsure, like when the game is out?
There's like 8 billion people streaming on Twitch every day.
Right.
Like, exactly. Like,
Right.
you want all the answers, but you also want to have none of the information, and you're demanding it cater to your exact tastes all the time. Well, you know what? It won't. It's gonna cater to mine, because I was right, and we're going back to sci-fi, baby. Can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to be mad about it again. I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna be up there like I'm having a great time. Oh, what's that?
I'm
Power
just
slide? Double
surprised.
jump? I'm not because I was right. You couldn't
I'm just
leave with
surprised
your
we're getting
failure
Black Ops
opinion.
7 so early. I would
Yeah,
expect in
because
maybe
nobody
another.
cares about Modern Warfare. Am I wrong? Was that last
Yeah,
game
that's
bad?
the only thing that really surprised me as well is like I feel like Black Ops 6 isn't that old and then to have information about Black Ops 7 before any other Call of Duty, that is a little bit surprising to me. But
Well, I
all
mean,
the
it's
other
the
things
first
that
time.
you
It's the first time it's ever happened. They've never done back-to-back
Yeah.
sub franchises. Everyone
Yeah.
Right.
expected it to be a Modern Warfare, or God forbid you let Sledgehammer make another Call of Duty again. Ew, gross. No, all of theirs are terrible. But like, guess what? Nobody gives a fuck about Modern Warfare. No one ever did. And everyone who tells you that franchise was good is full of hot ass in their mouth because they're wrong. They're wrong. It wasn't good. It was some of the worst Call of Duty ever. It was atrocious, and the story is boring and predictable and not interesting. Also, Modern Warfare games feel like your character is Shrek wading through molasses. That's boring and slow. Last I checked, ain't nobody want a shooter that's boring and slow.
What are Whoa,
Huh?
what are you doing in my swamp?
Oh, I was like, what did you say? Yeah,
Might
so
cut
we're
out
going back to
briefly.
sci-fi. This Call of Duty apparently will take place it'll bounce between, like, somewhere after Black Ops 2's timeline, and it, like, Black Ops 2 bounced between the past and the near future. This is doing the same, except this one puts it at the farthest in Call of Duty timeline ever. So it's the most in the future. I mean,
Ooh.
and the trailer all confirms there's cloaking. It's gonna have weird shit. The trailer is uber sci-fi mind trippy, very much like Black Ops 3, which was great. Keep in mind, Black
Yeah.
Ops 4 had no story campaign. It was cut. Looks like we're getting a really weird story campaign that may or may not make any goddamn sense. I don't care. I want my weird sci-fi Call of Duty. That's when Call of Duty is at its peak. Every fucking time. Black Ops 3 and 4 were my favorite ones. And if we're even getting close to that again, I am in business. And if they bring the Omni movement system from Black Ops 6, where you can sprint, slide, dolphin dive, and all that shit in any direction, and add in power sliding or wall running, or double jumping, I am... Oh, God, let me wall run into a cloak, double jump, half slide back around the corner, and I'm gonna fuck some dude's day up. What's the matter? Oh, what's the matter, young kid? You ain't able to think this through? Oh, I remember when I only had boots on the ground. Time to grow up. I fucking hate boots on the ground. It's boring. I don't want to play World War II shooter 60 more games. I don't want to play Modern Warfare Iraq is the enemy, Russia is the enemy shooter 2 times again. We've already done that. There's only so much you can do with a modern aesthetic and setting. In fact, we've done everything you can do. And once again, it falls on Treyarch to carry the franchise. The pick 10 system, Treyarch. Zombies, Treyarch. Wildcards, Treyarch. The fucking loadout system, Treyarch. The whole gunsmith, Treyarch. Nuketown, Treyarch. Operator, I've already made the statement. I'll make it here. I was right about us going back to the future stuff, and I'm gonna say that even if it doesn't happen in this game, it's gonna happen. At some point, operators are gonna go back to being classes with unique grenades and supers. I'm calling it right now. Whether it's Black Ops 7, 8, or 9, absolutely. And 3, like 3 and 4. The best of the Black Ops. The best of COD still to this day. Even if 7 is not taking that step, the fact that we're already headed back to sci-fi. I was right. I know what I'm talking about. And whether it's Black Ops 7, 8, 9, 10, doesn't matter. At some point, we will go back to, fuck it. Operators are classes with unique traits again. Deal with it, little kids. Oh, is that too much for your little pea brain? Well, then I suggest you go play a different game, loser. Get the fuck out. We don't want you. You suck anyway. Bottom of the lobby feeder. Complaining about your team going 0-36. How about you learn to switch to your pistol or second gun instead of trying to reload all the time? They taught us that in World at War, you fucking twat. I hate that shit. They'll just be like, oh, I had to reload. You couldn't cover me? I was like, bro, you have another weapon. Press the fucking Y button. Or triangle, whatever it is on your controller or keyboard.
Right.
And then they don't. They just don't. People still don't do it. I'm doing it all the time, and it's why I'm winning engagements. It's like, the fuck are we doing? I'm excited to see that reveal. I think we're getting the reveal. They said somewhere later in summer. I don't know where, but I believe the game will be coming out this October or November. So we'll see. I will say the part I'm looking forward to the most for Black Ops 7, zombies. Because, honestly, even with 6 having a lot of problems with cheaters being the biggest issue of 6, it's really what tore the game down more than anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
The zombies? Still phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. At some point, I will be reinstalling that game just to run the fucking zombies and nothing else. But zombies has kind of always been pretty good, with a few exceptions. But seeing what got pulled over from Cold War into 6 zombies, and knowing that that's gonna pull over into 7 most likely, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm always down for more zombies. I'm always down to support Treyarch, because at the end of the day, they've not really made a single bad Call of Duty. They've made ones that don't hit as good as the peak, but never bad. And if 6 didn't get that crazy amount of cheating, it would have been one of my favorites. It would have been in my top 3. The only thing that cut it down from that was the cheating. The campaign in 6 was super fun. Really crazy and wild. So I'm excited for Black Ops to maybe find itself again and embrace chaos and the correct choice of being sci-fi. There was like some info dropped about Thick as Thieves, which continues to make me want it. I want this game in my hands. I want to play this, like, stealth, Dishonored, but everybody's Dishonored, but not as violent. Just, like, can I, gentleman thief, gentle lady thief, better than you? I think I can. In fact, I think I'm gonna be quite good at this game. If there's one thing I'm known for, it's playing a lot of stealth sims. Hey, I played Thief. I played all those games. I even played the new one. It was terrible, but I played it. I've played Deus Ex. I know how these work. I know how to sneak around. I've played Dishonored 7 million times. I can't wait for Thick as Thieves. And I've already signed up for, like, early invites whenever they start doing those. I'm really excited to get my hands on that. It really seems like a game that I'm going to enjoy a lot. Grave Season was a thing that was announced that caught my attention because it's like, oh, it's Stardew, but shit's bad, bro.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a twist I didn't see coming and immediately grabbed me. And it was like, oh, okay, there's some kind of monstrosity murdering people. Got you, cool, great. But can I flirt with that cute girl? You know,
You
priorities.
can,
Priorities.
but she might get murdered by the thing in the woods. So
that's fine as long as we make out a bit beforehand.
What if you're about to make out and then the monster kills her?
Like, is the monster a lady?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, well, maybe we can work something out. I'll bring her victims that maybe I get to make out with, and then she'll make out with me for bringing her victims. the silence.
There's not much I can add to that.
Oh, I can think of a lot of things I can add to that, but we have news to cover. Maybe another time.
Another time.
Gears of War Reloaded. The only thing I need to talk about, because Gears of War is great. I love Gears of War. I'm very excited to play through the campaign with Lizzie, because we're both Gears of War people. Hey, that PS5 version's going to use the haptic feedback. That's all I need to say. Thank you very much. That chainsaw is going to feel so good. I just know it's going to feel so good. As soon as it lets me chainsaw.
I'm still thinking about when you said crunchy chainsaw. Like, that's been living in my head.
It's going to be crunchy. It's going to be so good. I'm going to press that R2 button and it's going to be like, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to cut the stew in half and I'm going to feel it. I love Gears of War. I'm so excited for Gears of War to be on the PlayStation. I'm just so thrilled to have this. Like, you couldn't make me not want this. Wheel World caught my eye. It looks like a fun vibes game. I'm very excited to kind of take a spin on that. It looks like, yeah, just bicycle around and have a good time. Blood of the Dawnwalker showed off some gameplay and started talking about the game more. Continues to be something that I'm going to want to check out at some point. Whether it'll be an on launch or not, can't say. Street Fighter 6 Year 3 lineup was announced. I didn't catch, like, the names of all who's in there, but I'm sure you have them for me.
Oh, yes. It's Sagat should be this one in the summer, August. Then we have Sea Viper, Ingrid, and Alex. I believe Alex is fall. Sea Viper is winter, and then Ingrid is in the spring.
How the fuck is Makoto?
Year 4. Come on, we gotta wait for year 4.
Why?
4. That'll be our year.
That's horseshit. This game has parries. She should be in it.
I know she should be in it.
She should be in all of them.
I want her.
It's horseshit. Capcom.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year is all year.
Blood Message was a thing that had a trailer that doesn't really give you any idea of what kind of game it is, but it looks very like, whoo, there's money in this. Depending on what the game is and how it plays, it could be interesting. But other than that, we got nothing. And Neo 3 was announced unexpectedly, and then the demo came out. If you're a fan, I'll say this as somebody who's put a couple hours into the demo and played the fuck out of Neo 1 and its DLC and Neo 2, but didn't get to the Neo 2 DLC. If you like Neo 1 and 2, you're going to like this. That's pretty much it. If you are a Neo 1 or 2 fan, you will like any of them. That is how Neos work. Did you like any of them that you've played? You'll like all of them. I'm toying around with the idea of I might like pick up the Neo collection, the PS5 like version, and do like Neo streams leading up to Neo 3 because I quite love those games a lot. They are very much stellar games. Sorry. And that's like a lot of mine. I have some stuff here under the Capcom stuff, and my Capcom stuff is limited to the following: make me care about Pragmata. You can't. You just can't. Deep Down died for this shit. Monster Hunter Wilds, that's all that matters, and Resident Evil 9 Requiem. So, like, Leon's in the game, right, Capcom? There's a lot of rumors about Leon being in the game.
In the game. We'll see.
And then...
It's very possible.
And then the only other thing I have for news, and you'll appreciate this, Vaughn, is Nintendo does stuff, I suppose, and follow-up is, okay, Vaughn, give me the sales pitch for Nintendo before I destroy them with my teeth.
Nothing. I have nothing.
You don't have nothing?
For Nintendo, I mean...
It's a dark day. It's a dark day
Nintendo.
when you can't defend Nintendo to me, even though I wouldn't hear a word of it anyway, but usually you at least have something to be like, well, there's this. You got nothing?
The GameCube, I guess. That's it. That's all I got.
The GameCube's pretty good. It's the best. It's the last time Nintendo mattered. You just can't accept that. You know what else you couldn't accept? That sci-fi COD was better. And now look where we are. Cue the Thanos memes. Okay, Vaughn, what do you got for the news for your end?
Okay, so let's see. So we did have initially the state of play for PlayStation. Things that caught for me on my eye on that one was one called Sea of Remnants.
I vaguely saw this. Yeah, I didn't look into it.
Yeah, it was like the piratey one. I wouldn't say it was cel shaded, but it definitely had a very like specific art style that I wish I could like nail down as to what it was like. But it still kind of looked interesting. It looks like it's an RPG esque turn-based game, but it also could be action adventure. I have no idea, so we'll have to just wait more until we see what happens with it. We have a new game coming out from Grasshopper Manufacturer called Romeo is a Dead Man. And
yeah,
I always love suit up stuff, so I'm excited for that one.
I think we've talked about this where like I respect Suda as like the artistry that is decidedly Suda in a world where like he's one of the weirdos, right? He's one of the weirdos pioneering at the front more or less. So like Suda sits there in video games in the same way that like Kojima and oh god, what's his name? Yoko Taro, in the same way that like David Lynch does. I just don't enjoy playing Suda's games at all. They just have never been something I enjoy playing, but I respect the fuck out of the man's like artistic integrity to be unabashedly, yeah, I'm just gonna be a weirdo. Like, yeah, absolutely. My man, more power to you. Please let this man just keep doing his thing. Like, I don't really love most of Yoko Taro's stuff all the time. It's hit or miss. I'm definitely up there in the Kojumbo fan base, right? But, like, it's one of those things where it's so brazenly, unabashedly, it's going to do what it's going to do and fuck your norms and what you expect or think things should be. And I love to see that prosper. So I'm always happy to hear Suda's doing things. It's never been for me. But it's nice to hear he's still getting to do things, and that's a good thing. Whether he makes a game that's for me ever doesn't matter. People like Suda and Yoko Taro and Genius Kojumbo, David Lynch, like, we need the weirdos to exist. Because they are the people who will push this genre or artistry in directions that you would never think of, and those weirdos have inspired more things than you will ever know. Like, they are what holds a creative industry alive when it feels stale, whether it's something you want or not. So it's nice to see that, like, Suda gets to still be Suda and doesn't have to compromise and just gets to, here's my new weird fucking thing, and it's like, okay, man.
All right.
Happy for you.
Thanks. Let's go, I guess.
Yeah. I would love for, like, Super Beard Bros to play the new Suda game. That would be jazz to me. I would love that. Like, I would love for Jesse
Oh,
Cox
God,
or
they
somebody.
would.
Like, that's what I want, right? Because I'm not going to play it, but I will absolutely sit and watch a content creator I like play a Suda game. 100% I will. Because I want to see it. I just don't want to play it because this game's just, they bounce off me when I play them. But boy, do I like watching the Suda movies. The Suda 51 movies are really good. I just don't want to play them.
Oh man, they're so good.
Dude, what is it? Romeo is Dead or whatever?
Romeo is a Dead Man.
Dude, the art style is so weird.
So yeah, it's
Bro,
weird,
I looked at this and I was like,
just...
what is this, like, Adult Swim fucking low budget super jail looking aesthetic you've stumbled into? What am I looking at?
I know, but it's just Suda, and it's always so good.
It might be the most Suda thing he's ever made. When I saw this, I was like, dude, this is like 3 different Adult Swim shows that I hated wrapped into one. It's something, that's for sure. It's something. But I had seen that.
Let's see.
Anything else?
Yes, so there was Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilest Chronicles is got announced for, I guess, people who really enjoyed Final Fantasy Tactics. This is something interesting that I didn't know about until Maximilian pointed this out. So this Final Fantasy Tactics is based on the original PS1 version. So because there is a Final Fantasy Tactics that got re-released in the years later on PSP, and I think it's called War of the Lions or something along those lines.
I don't remember any of those.
Yeah,
I've never
like,
been a big tactics player.
Yeah, I forget. It's like War of the Lions or something like that. But the thing is that this version of Final Fantasy Tactics is based on that PS1 version and does not include the stuff that was added in the War of the Lions, except for the translation stuff. That was basically, I think, the only thing that they used from that version of the PSP. Everything else is based on the PS1. So it's a little bit of a debate just because the War of the Lions added new classes, added some other content. I think there was, I guess, added a multiplayer thing to it as well.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, like the War of the Lions edition did add quite a bit more to the base Final Fantasy Tactics, but apparently the thing is that the ones that did the PSP version were mostly a different team from the original Final Fantasy Tactics. So the ones that handled this one, the Ivalice Chronicles, was the original team of Final Fantasy Tactics. So they were like, we're just gonna do what we originally did on ours. So yeah. So anyone, I think, expecting anything having from the War of the Lions one, it's not on this one. This is just the original PS1 version. With more updated stuff. The original PS1 is there still with some bug fixes and a little bit of quality of life improvements. But there is the Evilist Chronicles, and then there's like the original PS1 for those that want to play it. So, then let's see. Oh, 007, the first Slight, that was something that we finally got like
we
actual
did get a look
gameplay
at that,
trailer
and
of it.
it looks pretty
Yeah,
good. Honestly, I'm
yeah, that
excited to get
one
my
it
hands on
does.
that.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we get more information about that later on. I know it's supposed to be coming out next year, so that's
It's been
gonna be
a
great.
long time since like a 007 game was coming out that I was like genuinely like keen on. Which
Yeah, it's
is
just
in related news, while there is no like no one has been announced as the next Bond, they have announced they have locked in the director. And the director locked in for the next Bond movie, kicking off the next Bond saga, right? Where that actor will play Bond for like 3 or 4 movies, two at the lowest, is a director I am very fucking fond of. And I am very excited for this movie now. Because Denis Villeneuve is directing the next Bond movie. And if you don't know who Denis Villeneuve is, you should look that up. That man makes some fucking movies. I am actually Googling it.
oh,
Yeah, so Denis
okay.
Villeneuve.
Dune, Sicario.
Dune,
Okay.
Sicario, and so the
Arrival.
recent
Yeah.
Dunes, both of them are impeccable and absolutely worth watching. But while Arrival is good, Sicario is good, I highly point to the impossibility that is the masterpiece that exists, that is Blade Runner 2049. Because that shouldn't be a good thing, that there is a sequel to Blade Runner. But it is. And apparently he's dreamed of, like, doing a Bond film his whole life. And, well, now he's getting the next one. So, I'm actually way more interested in this new Bond era than I was prior to this. I was definitely going to keep an eye open because, like, Bond eras are usually hit or miss. That's the kind of nature of the franchise.
Yeah.
This is a director that, since he has kind of hit his, like, this man was kind of not well known and has now gone to very well known. Sicario is very good. Blade Runner 2049 might be one of the best movies ever made. Dune and Dune Part 2 are very good. And then Arrival is pretty solid. It's got some moments, but it's pretty good. Prisoners is an incredible movie if you've never seen it. It's fucked up, but it's one of the best films you'll ever watch. In terms of just, like, the art of cinematography, I think this guy absolutely represents some of the current best filmmaking in the world right now. So to hear him get the gig is super exciting to me because I have really felt he's, like, just consistently shown a level of, like, mastery of the craft that we really don't see a lot. Like, I have not watched a single thing by this man that I have not been like, wow, on just a cinematography level, this was really good. So I'm really excited to see what happens. From what I've heard, the current going like rumor is that they're actually looking for like a younger actor, like 30 or under, to play Bond. So it might be like younger than usual, because usually Bond actors are a little older than that when they start out.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it's under 30 is significant. No one, I don't think anyone's ever been under 30.
I was
think
gonna
it's
say
always
that's
been like
very
30 to 40. Over 40 would be pushing it usually,
right.
depending on the
Yeah,
actor.
that's
But
very
like
interesting.
Daniel Craig was like, he was like 42 or something when he started, and people thought he was like a weird, too old choice, but he ended up being arguably the most beloved era yet. Which, it's going to be a hard era to compete with coming off of that, because while the first 2 Daniel Craig Bond films are, like, solid films, the last ones are just back-to-back absolutely top-tier Bond films. Like, Skyfall into Spectre into No Time to Die is, to me, the best 3 Bond films ever made. And to follow that up is going to be very difficult, and was always going to be very hard for anyone. But this director could definitely do it, so I'm very excited to see what happens with that going forward. It gives me hope, even though Amazon now owns the franchise.
Yeah, now that they own.
Because
Yeah.
from anything I've seen him direct, he really does not compromise on like his artistic vision of what this is going to be. Like, no, I will sit here and do 30 minutes of sand footage for Dune. It is necessary, and you can't tell me it isn't. And he's right. He's right to do so. I will have over 40 minutes of just panning across crazy looking cityscapes in Blade Runner 2049 while some guy narrates to you, because it's necessary. And he's right. The man understands how to make a fucking movie. And I'm really excited to see what a Bond by him looks like. So, yeah, that's kind of it, unless you have more news, and if not,
let's see.
Go into the wish list.
Silent Hill F was
Oh,
announced.
right, God, I forgot to, like, roast the fuck out of Konami.
Konami, yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
I was
hey,
just
yeah,
about to ask.
this won't take long. This won't take long. Okay, here we go. All right, so hey, they're doing another Silent Hill remake. Silent Hill F is coming, even though it's nothing like Silent Hill All, and the fact that it's like all Japanese horror based, ergo nothing like any of the Silent Hills ever, and seems completely unrelated to the entire concept and nature of Silent Hill in totality. But wait, there's more. All the current Silent Hill push, confirmed by Konami, is to promote the new movie coming called Return to Silent Hill. And if you Google this movie, let's do a little Google search, yeah? Because there is a screenshot of a scene for Return to Silent Hill where it... I don't know where it is. It looks, and this is from the internet's like terminology of it. Like, this is what people apparently were like saying on Reddit of it, is that it looks like they're calling it the Silent Hill porn parody because of how this screenshot looks. And that's all I'm gonna leave you with. That, remember, the Bloober Team people that got to remake Silent Hill, the people known for their games that treat people with mental neurospicy brains so well, with such wholesome messages as, if you have any kind of mental illness or divergences, you should just lock yourself away because you're a danger to everyone, including yourself, and you can never be a good member of a family. Or the other one of, just kill yourself. Who then remade Silent Hill and literally turned it into jank, bad Resident Evil, which is, in case you're not old like I am, not what fucking Silent Hill is or has ever been. Well, they're making the next Silent Hill remake. I'm sure they won't fuck it up. I'm not. They will. And all this Silent Hill push has been to promote the new movie. That's it. That's why you're getting more Silent Hill, is because they want you to go see the new movie. Need I remind you, the last movies were atrocious, terrible, and no one likes them. Also, you're never getting more...
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
You're never getting more, Castlevania. You got those animated shows, and that's all you're getting. You will not receive a new game. But we will re-release Lords of Shadow 2. Konami doesn't make games. That's it. I'm done. That's all that is needed. It's not hard anymore. Konami is trash and has been trash since they fired Kojima, and we learned that immediately when the very first thing they did was make a game called Metal Gear Survive, which is clearly just the boardroom of Konami yelling at their products to survive because they're out of touch and don't understand how to make games.
Oh yeah, I think the only interested thing about the Konami one was there was one that deliver at all costs, which was kind of an interesting, I guess, because that one was developed by someone else, but Konami is publishing. So
Yeah. You know what? When everyone's ready to let Konami go, I'll be here to tell you I was right, motherfuckers. Should have just listened to me.
The old lady just yelling.
Oh, I'll remember.
Right.
I'll be talking to my queer daughters, queer grandchildren, and be like, "Oh, is Silent Hill? Did Konami finally go bankrupt because they don't make any games? Settle down, Grandma. Your blood pressure. I don't need to settle down. I need Konami to suck it."
I won't die. I will not be buried 6 feet underground until I see Konami.
Konami goes
God.
Is that the
bankrupt.
sound you're gonna make when they finally go bankrupt?
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh wee! Just in my rocking chair. It's a good day to be queer and old. Grandma, what does that have to do with Konami going bankrupt? Well, you see, youngin', back in the days of the PlayStation 1, before DVDs were invented, what the hell is a DVD? When the internet was on dial-up. What? And phones turned it off. What? Grandma's having a senior moment. That'll teach them to make Lords of the Shadow twice. Dumbasses. I'm gonna bake my grandchildren cakes that say "Happy Konami died day." Bruh, fuck Konami. They suck ass.
We're not celebrating your birthday today. We're celebrating the death
We're
of
celebrating
Konami.
something much more important.
It's just
The
gonna be
death
like
of Konami.
a universal unspoken holiday for like an entire group of people.
Yep.
Hey, did you wanna go out and grab a couple drinks? Nah, I can't. I gotta go over to grandmother's. What? Why? That's Konami's death day. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, unless you have more news, we'll move on to pitch the weirdness and wrap this beautiful show up.
I wish I could. There is a new Marvel fighting game coming out made by
Oh,
Arc
right. Yeah,
System.
there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those tag fighting games. Apparently, everyone decided to bring back tag fighters at the same fucking time.
Yeah, they
So,
really did.
well,
They
two
really
of you
did.
are gonna be successful, and good luck, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, but yeah, that one's the four. That one's a 4-player, so that one's gonna be interesting on how they work.
Hey, yo,
that out.
I think Marvel versus Capcom is dead, you guys.
Oh god,
It seems kind of dead. They've just literally made another tag fighter. It seems like it's kind of dead.
God, don't tell me. Jesus, what else? This is gonna be the last ones because there's just way too much. Stranger Than Heaven is the new.
Oh, right. What is that? I didn't even look because it's the Yakuza people, and I just assumed it wouldn't be for me.
Yeah, no, it is definitely the Yakuza people. This one's, I think, was it set in the 1940s?
Is it just a Yakuza game?
It might be. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I assumed because I knew it was by the Yakuza people, and I saw a name that didn't say like a dragon, as far as I could tell. But I looked at it and was like, "This seems like it's still just a Yakuza game, which just isn't my thing."
Yeah, no, we'll definitely see more of it. Like there was very basic gameplay of it, but
I like the name.
Stranger Than Heaven.
That's a great name.
Really name. So we'll see more of it. I think if not later in the year, we'll definitely see more next year. But I'm gonna keep an eye on that one because I always like what that team always makes. It's always been
that is very much a Vaughn Studio team.
Yeah. And then I guess that's it. You already mentioned Resident Evil Requiem.
Requiem, which we haven't really seen much of. I'm hoping we'll see what happens because like they said that like the rumors are that there's still 2 characters, which I would like because like at this point with 7 and 8 and like we have not seen Jill, we have not seen anyone but Chris barely. Yeah, he got to like you were Chris in the 1 DLC and you were Chris a little bit at the end of the game in 8 and then you were Rose, and if they like keep bringing Rose back and she has crazy powers that like fits into the game somehow, yeah, I'm down. Rose is cool. Love her. She's great. She's sassy as fuck. Love it. Cool kid. But like, okay, so another new character who's like connecting us to Resident Evil Outbreak. We're going back to Raccoon City. I'm like, bro, there's no way we're going back to Raccoon City and Jill or Leon is not involved in this game. And while they came out and said something like it's hard to use Leon or Jill in a horror game because, like, they're not gonna be scared ever, and, like, that's not really good for horror, and, like, I hear what they're saying, but, like, shut up, though. Because, like, just do 2 characters, dumbass. Just do 2 characters. Like, the character doesn't have to be scared for me to be scared. That's not how video games work.
Right. Your character's not scared, so you can't be scared.
Also, like, this new girl that we're playing as is going to be, like, genuinely terrified, apparently, because she's never been in these situations, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, and I get what you're going for, but, okay, so what do you do when she gets the sequel game, dumbass? Is she going to be scared again? No? So you just keep making new characters so that that doesn't even make sense design-wise.
Right.
Also, it's called Resident Evil, motherfucker. You can't get away with no Chris, Jill, and Leon forever. And we've barely had any Chris. Like, the squad has to come in at some fucking point. Otherwise, stop calling it Resident Evil. Like, you're never gonna get away with this forever.
That's the thing I think that they're trying to go for with this particular game, at least that's Max's interpretation, because it is called Requiem. It is
right, exactly. And we're going back to Raccoon City for the first time ever. And this game comes out a little bit before the anniversary of the franchise, and I believe it's the 30th anniversary.
Yes, the 30th anniversary.
The 30th anniversary. We've never set foot in Raccoon City again, and we did just come off the Leon remake saga, really. 2 and 4. And we have 3, which was still good, and I'm just like, okay. So you did 7 and 8, and you barely attached it to Chris, more so in 8, but it was clearly all set up to be like, okay, here's Chris with his weird wolf squad, his, like, hound wolf squad, coolest fucking name ever. Also, I'm pretty sure you guys just speed dial Genius Kojumbo and said, hey, do you have a name for a squad you never used that's really cool and weird? And he was like, yeah, here you go, and then they hung up. Like, that is the most Kojima-ass, like, fucking name for... What the hell does that even mean? Hound Wolf. I love it. It's so dumb. It's stupid as fuck, but I love it. I was like, yeah, the Hound Wolf unit. Shut the fuck up. You guys are such edgelords. You guys are so dumb. I fucking love this shit. It's like, you guys are so in love with how cool you are. You dumb bastard. It's like... That's my...
I'm proud.
That's my Resident Evil. That is canonical to the fact that, canonically, in Resident Evil 8, people know that Chris Redfield punched a boulder. It happened. It's real. Heisenberg yells that in the fight. He's like, that boulder punching asshole. Like, canonically, this is his legend, is this man once punched a boulder rolling downhill with nothing but his bare hands. It's so dumb. Love it. I love Resident Evil because even the modern games, as, like, realism and gritty as they've been, there is always that moment in the Resident Evil game where it starts to just let go of realism rapidly, and you just go, ah, yes, that's right. I see we've reached the Resident Evil portion of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And,
the thing for me
you gotta appreciate a world where canonically Leon S. Kennedy, roundhouse kicks old babushka ladies in a one-on-one knife to rake fight, and then just goes, huh, not bad, to her corpse. Canonically, he says this. No one is there, except the dead woman and him. No one is there to hear this one-liner. He says this for him.
Only him.
My favorite is when you do it when you're with Ashley and he hits her with the pretty cool, huh? And I'm just like, yeah, I fucking love Leon. This dude is absolutely unhinged. Leon is traumatized from Raccoon City his first day, and rightfully so, but for some reason it manifested in A, being a badass, B, having impeccable taste in jackets, and C, having one-liners specifically for his own enjoyment. If you happen to hear them, it's just a bonus. It wasn't about you. It's about him. He better be in this fucking game. Let me see what Leon. If Leon is in this game, this man better have the coolest jacket you've ever seen.
Oh, okay. No.
If he doesn't have a cool jacket that he has to take off at some point for stupid ass reasons, is it really a Resident Evil game? Is it though?
I mean, what's it called?
And if Leon's there,
Ash.
Ada has to make some kind of appearance.
Oh yeah.
And
That's what I was about to say.
And he has to give her the whole speech, and then she'll be like, "You never changed, Leon," and he'll just be like, "Yeah." Watch me roundhouse kick this guy. Fucking, I love, dude. I had so much fun playing that Resident Evil 4 remake, just like listening to Leon shit talk people he's just horribly killed.
The Grace Ashcroft, which is the new character.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Apparently, she gets the Leon 4 treatment of where like she like goes in with like her jacket and then loses it like when she gets caught. So
the old jacket loss transition into a stronger, more resilient person.
exactly.
Everybody knows that if you just lose your jacket, you clearly come out stronger because you have to make it to civilization so that you can get a new jacket. Duh.
A new one, yeah.
The fuck are we
you
doing?
Can't just
here?
go finding your old one.
No, it's ruined. You gotta get a new one. I want Resident Evil to get to a point where, like, you walk into a room as, like, Leon or something, and, like, there's an interaction you can do by, like, some kind of, like, coat rack or whatever, and you just walk over and he goes, "Huh, nice jacket." And he just takes it. And that's it. That's it. That's the bit. And, like, it just pops up a trophy that, like, it just clearly is, like, and the trophy's just called Resident Evil 4. Like, I want us to get to the point where it's just like, huh, nice jacket.
Wow.
You know what? Why don't we just escalate it all the way? The next time Leon kills a guy, he should just take his jacket. Oh, Resident Evil, never change.
Never change.
Alright, what do you got on your wish list there, sir?
I mean, Resident Evil 9, come on.
Okay, fair enough. I've got something different than that. I've got a little thing that I played an hour of its demo that's probably like 2 to 3 hours, maybe a little more if you stretch it, and I stopped playing it immediately because I fell so in love with it, I wanted to go in as blind as possible. And that is called... One second. Gotta find it again. I'm scrolling up to try to find it. Am I dumb? I might be dumb. It's called Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. And it's a real simple sales pitch here. I'll give it to you. And that sales pitch is, it's like an Elder Scrolls, but it's based off Arthurian legend, and everything is super fucked and bad. Hella cursed. Hella cursed. I played the demo a bit, fell in love with, like, the tone, the storytelling, and how it felt to play the game, stopped playing, because I want to just hop in the game when I can. So I will be picking this up at some point to play, because it is literally just, like, an Elder Scrolls, but, like, based off Arthurian legend, and it's just turbo fucked up, everything's hella bad. Yeah.
Alright.
So it looks pretty good. And with that, we begin to come to the close of this lovely, lovely show. Wrapping up a second part 2 recording that hits just shy of 2 hours. So we had an hour and a half. This is 2 hours. 3.5 hours about in the standard parts for the episode for June, with the joy of voting on the following titles. And I will be posting those titles of what the episode could be. I know what my vote is. I definitely know what my vote is. but I will post those shortly for the people to share and have people vote on. Lizzie, have your wife vote on it. Give her the brief explanation of like what she's voting on, and then just let her go.
Yeah, send it in the chat, and I'll ask her
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
we
I'll
close.
post it. I'll post it in the chat shortly after. Alrighty,
I'll give
that's
both
the
of our
show.
votes.
We will see you all next month, where we talk more about video games, and I continue to laugh and point at Konami and put a dunce hat on them and shame Nintendo. Oh, I'm full of such hate and thirst. And with that, thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next month when there's more things to talk about. Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Pride!
Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride.
Next comes the wrath.